And make sure I'm showing up. No views 5 minutes ago. We got 4 people. All right. So today we are going to be debating. Pokey Darius is going to be coming on, hopefully. And he's going to be coming on and debating. I can't remember if it's Sword and Shield. Scarlet and Violet is better than Sword and Shield, or if it's Prismatic Evolutions is better than Evolving Skies. So, whatever the debate is, I will be putting it as the title. But we just finished off a live. Thomas, what's up, buddy? Good to see you. And yeah, I don't know. I'll have to check with him. I was hoping he was going to join before we went live so I could ask him, but we will see. Something along the lines Scarlet and Violet's better than Sword and Shield, or Prismatic is better than Evolving Skies. I can't remember. So again, while we're waiting, the rules for the debate. I will be keeping an eye on the chat. If you guys have any questions or any arguments that need to be made, then just put them in the chat. I will get to them as soon as I can. Be respectful. Don't be calling people fucking idiots or anything like that. Pretty basic stuff. For the people that are members, I think Blood, you're the only one. Just foreheads in the chat if you understand the rules. I think I need to make a tier list of both first. What do you mean, Choo Choo? I'll debate anyone on this. Joey, you had an opportunity to come on last night. I've actually asked you to come on multiple times. So and also you showed me that we're not friends. So I guess you're back to the shadow realm. It makes comparison easier. So, well, I mean, I made a tier list about Scarlet and Violet. And I think it was Mega too. I can't remember, but I haven't made a tier list on Sword and Shield. Where is Darius? Is he not going to come again? Line it up. No, Rico. Joey just can't help himself. Joey just has to troll 24/7. Like I'm cool with having him come on and just us talk, but if the trolling shit, no, I'm good, bro. I am good on that. So last night he did his same. Do you even have any Pokemon? Da, 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 da. So he just showed we're not friends again. All right, Darius, can you hear me?
All right. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, my bad. I was trying to get my
Uh,
audio together and stuff.
no, you're good. I thought maybe you'd already be in. Okay, so what is this debate that we are having? Is it prismatic evolutions versus evolving skies, or is it sword and shield versus scarlet and violet? Because the comment you left the last time was pretty. It was prismatic evolutions versus evolving skies.
I'll get to you like this before we even start. Like how the debate or how they took it, it wasn't really towards you, bro. It was really towards like all the content that's been coming out, how everybody was shitting on Prismatic, but then a year ago everybody was just talking about Prismatic. So I came to find about to be like, you know what? As you can see, I'm Prismatic fan. Eevee is one of my favorite Pokemon. So
Mm-hmm.
I could be a little bit biased. Don't get me wrong, but I give credit where credit is due. When it comes to Sword and Shield, me and you actually agree. Like the 6 sets that you said about, as far as Brilliant Start, Fusion Strike, stuff like that, me and you agree upon that. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't towards nothing like that. It was more of okay, everybody's saying how bad investment buy of Prismatic is. You know what I'm saying? Towards like you can go get some Sword and Shield. So my whole thing was that you could spend what $600 on Fusion Strike, or you can just go ahead and spend $50 to $100 or $150 as of right now, Scarlet Violet stuff. Not saying that those are bad investments. I'm just saying as the typical buyer, people that's not like a plumber or stuff like that, who have pallets and a whole bunch of money. I'm just saying, as far as the startup guys, you know what I'm saying? As of investing now, because like you just said on your live, if you missed Evolving Skies, you got to hold that in. You know what I'm saying? Like you're gonna pay $2,000 or $2,100 for one booster box. So that's what of whatever else Scarlet and Violet or something that's kind of lower in the Sword and Shield set, which would probably be what, base set or something like that.
I mean, base set I think is like $500-$600 right now. You're probably talking about Champion's Path, Battle Styles. Battle Styles is probably about the cheapest booster box that you can find from Sword and Shield currently. It's sitting around I think last time I checked it was like $260. It might have gone up, but yeah, I mean that's the cheapest box you can get into right now. But I mean, there's multiple ways. If you we can debate this however you want to, or unless you just don't want to have a debate, you just want to have we can have a conversation too. But
no, we can definitely do both if you want to do both. It's not a problem. I was just wanting to state that fact if people was taking it, if he was taking it that way, it wasn't necessary towards you. Because I did a video, my video, it was a little bit long.
Your video crapped all over Sword and Shield.
I mean, it did. I'm just looking at it. I'll put like this. I'm gonna stand on business when it comes to Scarlet and Violet. You know what I'm saying? I think it's a better investment as of right now, far as money wise.
No, it's not. No, it's not. Scarlet and Violet is not a better investment right now. No, it is the ultimate. It is the ultimate trap.
Let me ask you this, bro. Can I ask you a question on this one?
You can ask me any question you want.
Okay. Is you looking at it from the perspective of what it's doing now, or are you looking at the perspective of the people?
What it's doing now. Why do we have booster boxes that are $700? Why do we have booster boxes that are $400, $500? Why do we have booster boxes that are all $300? You still don't. I mean, you still don't have some sort of. I mean, it's very little Sword and Shield that is still under the $300 mark, right? But everything Scarlet and Violet is damn near at $300 or more. Like Journey Together is the only Journey Together, Surging Sparks, but Surging Sparks, the only reason why is because Surging Sparks has been just hammered to the ground. And Journey Together is currently sitting around $270, $280 a booster box right now. So, as far as, I mean, I understand your argument. If you want to make an argument as far as getting in at an earlier price point, like a smaller price point is better for investment wise, sure. But would I rather let me answer this question, I guess, or shoot a question to you. Would I rather get into a Lost Origin booster box at 700, or would I rather get into a Destiny Rivals booster box at 700? I would rather get into a Lost Origin booster box at $700 because guess what? It's not in the reprint window. It's not going to get any more booster boxes. Now, Destiny Rivals may not get any other booster boxes as well. We may not get a reprint, but what is the chance that we don't get a reprint? That would like it's like we talked about in the live earlier today. It's a massive gamble that you're taking buying that booster box at $700 right now. So now, if you want to argue technicalities of is Sword and Shield worse than Scarlet and Violet because of the lack of illustration rares, we can have that sort of argument. But as far as an investing standpoint, right now, Scarlet and Violet, 95% of Scarlet and Violet that is currently in rotation still, it's extremely risky. And even Paldea Evolved is ass. And I think Paldea Evolves at $500.
I mean, okay, before I get to the Paldea Evolve, is we're including, because you see what booster bundles is doing now too. Can we include that with the Destined Rivals too, with booster bundles and ETBs, including not just booster boxes as well, with the both sets with Lost Origins, and can we include that as well, as far as investment wise too? Because I'm looking at everything. You know what I'm saying? Maybe not so much as EX boxes, but I'm going off of like booster bundles, booster boxes, and elite trainer boxes. And then if they have some SPs, UPCs, and stuff like that. Because some sets don't have, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, we can argue ETBs because both eras had ETBs.
Right.
The whole entire time. Booster bundles, I mean, you can bring them in, but it's like booster bundles weren't always a thing back then. So it's a little, you see how it's a little unfair to bring those into it, because you didn't really, you had building battles, but you didn't have booster bundles until what was it, like Crown Zenith or something like that, if I remember correctly. I might be wrong about that. There might have been earlier sets
they got booster. I think Silver Tempest, Crown Zenith.
Well, actually, I'll look.
Yeah. You can actually check it out too. I use TCG, and I like PokéData as well, to take you back to the very beginning.
Let me look at Silver Tempest. Like I said, I could be wrong. I know building battles were the biggest thing. Okay, so no, there are booster bundles for Silver Tempest. I mean, if you want to bring in that into the argument, you can, but I just feel like that's not a fair comparison. Like I said, ETBs and booster boxes. I mean, we could even make the argument of specialty sets if you wanted to. We can do that as well. Booster bundles, I would probably leave that out of an argument.
But I think you can't leave that out at all, because it's a part of the investment wave.
But one of them had booster bundles the whole entire time. The other one didn't have booster bundles the whole entire time.
But you see why I asked you that my very first question, bro, about for the product or for the people. Because I'm speaking as far as like the people, like you just said, people either they've been into it, right? Like you said, you came back in XY, you know what I'm saying? I came in Sword and Shield. I wasn't doing my YouTube channel or nothing like that, but I was like opening stuff, Sword Fifth like that. But I wasn't keeping stuff still. I was ripping like crazy, like a madman. You know what I'm saying? Like, you think I'm ripping now? I was going crazy. So you know what I'm saying? I understand. And if you got like people coming in, like you said, stuff is $700 a box. So I'm going off of reality of a lot of people having that liquid income to do that. Everybody may not have $700 to go into one box, or they have $700 and they might want to split it up. That's basically like my argument of, okay, maybe you like everything that you said in Sword and Shield, you can get for one of those prices, right? The stuff that you want to invest in Sword and Shield, Chilling Reign, Evolving Skies, Brilliant Star, Fusion Strike, a lot of like stuff is, like you said, 300, 400 and up. So if you only got 700, right? So if you buy a booster box of Fusion Strike is what, 1,200 now. It's like 1,100, I think, for one box now.
Well, that's why I didn't include it with the argument of Destined Rivals, because Lost Origin was sitting around.
I want you to include that, because the 6 sets that you got, it goes well. Like, even if it is more pricier, I mean, that's the given though, because it came out years beforehand. My whole point really was the fact that Scarlet, a lot of these stuff, like say 151 and you got 151 and Prismatic, right? The fact that they're new and they're 151 going out of rotation, the fact is what it's doing now, even though it's not the same price point, but it's doing what it's doing now with these sets came out 6 years ago, is incredible. Look what Destined Rivals, even though you're not a fan of Destined Rivals, you got to respect that what it did, even though it's crazy, you may not pay for that booster box, but for what it did for them 7 days to go up to like $600-700 is insane.
We're also in the biggest bull market that we've ever seen.
Right. Regardless of how me and you feel about certain sets, like you see behind me, Obsidian Flames. Trash.
No, that's fine. We can argue sets. I'm just saying I don't need to give credit to 151 because 151 is extremely overhyped. I don't need to give
credit to 151. I was saying give credit to like what Destined Rivals did. Like we woke up and all of a sudden the booster box is like
Because people are fucking idiots. That's why. That's the only reason Destin Rivals is doing what it's doing, is because they've been told time and time again that Destin Rivals is the next Evolving Skies, that Destin Rivals is better than Evolving Skies, that Destin Rivals
better than Evolving Skies, but the numbers, I mean, the facts is the facts and the numbers the numbers.
That's fine.
Like I said, whether we like the set or not, the fact that it did those numbers, and it's at 650 a booster box, right?
I understand what it's at. No, that's fine. I understand that.
And it came out, right? It's at $650 a booster box. And what, until next week, it'll be its anniversary year, because it came out, what, May 27 or something like that? So it's about to do its first year. So the fact that it did that before it even had its first year, whether you want to like the set or not, Evolving Skies, none of that, it didn't do all of that within this first year. It took time for a lot of those sets to flourish and do that. The fact that a lot of these sets in Scarlet and Violet is doing the numbers, what it's doing before their rotation is out or they're going out of rotation. I mean, I'm just speaking on numbers. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just taking away, regardless of how I may feel about certain sets. Mm-hmm. I'm looking at the data. The data say different. Look what we were talking about, Perfect Order and Chaos Rising, right? What you just said before you ended your live chat.
Oh, I said fuck bitch. That's what I said was the last thing that I said.
Well, but before before you did that, you know, me and you was the advocates. Like, you was very advocate for Chaos Rising. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, and I was looking at the stuff, I said, I need to see more. And then when I seen your video and you broke it down, I'm like, okay, I do like that. I do see that. I like that. And then for me, I did Perfect Order. For me, because I played the game, I actually like ZA. I know what the cards is. And then I actually went into the set as details. Like, it's not as bad as what people say it is. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it's holding up, you know, because this is the thing, though, too, right? People say, oh, it's horrible. It's worse than Shrouded Fable. Okay, sure. But it's doing numbers faster than with Shrouded Fables, and the booster box is still holding up at 200 to 220.
It's like 220. Yep.
Yeah. And and you know my favorite line is, oh, well, ain't nobody buying it. Can you find it?
I think it depends on your area, though, because I've had people that have said they've had no problems finding it, and it is sitting on shelves. And then you have other areas like maybe me, maybe you, maybe people in Tennessee, maybe it's a regional thing. You never know what I'm saying. Yeah. So I think it just depends, man. It's completely based off your location. Also, some places may be getting more stock than other places are getting. But in my current area, I am not able to find it unless I go to GameStop and pay $90 an ETB. You know what I'm saying? Or $50 a bundle.
Yeah, or even at the gas stations, like they're getting every week is Perfect Order coming in the stores. I'm just saying they said that it was going to just be to the point where they was going to take it out of, you know, how people was just shitting on the set, just like nobody's going to buy. And it's like, well, you ain't got no choice, because I'm sure that you've been seeing a lot of people, other videos that got distros. They're saying that they not even getting no Ascended, and, you know, stuff is about to slow up. You know what I'm saying? Real soon, like to the point where these 3 sets where it's just going to be Perfect, Chaos, and Darkrai for the summer. Of course, we're going to get our Prismatic, and I don't know if your Walmart had got those little Destin Rivals ETBs these past couple of weeks.
I have no idea. I'm working, so if they showed up, I can tell you what, my Walmart doesn't have anything. So if they did show up, I have no idea.
Okay.
Yeah. So let me ask you a question, right? So you said that I should appreciate what Destin Rivals is doing because it's reached. Let me pull up Destin Rivals, but essentially it's reached $650, maybe $700, and it's not even at its year anniversary. Is that correct?
Yeah, I believe it should be this week, or if not, this past week. I forgot what day it came out. Actually, I'll look it up too.
Okay, so the cheapest you can find it for is $660. I'll pull this up.
Okay, it came out May 29th.
Came out May 29th. Okay, so we're about what a week, 2 weeks away.
Yeah, about a week away. Yeah.
Okay, so I'll just pull this up so everybody can see. That's Destin Rivals. 649 $9, so $660. So from what you said, I should say that Destin Rivals, I should give credit to Destin Rivals because with what happened with Evolving Skies, right? It took years for Evolving Skies to reach that price point, right? Well, let me ask you a question. So this cigar, which you guys can't see, but this cigar is about a $7 cigar. Now, if I come and I tell you guys how this cigar is, it's the best cigar I've ever smoked. It is just incredible what it provides you. It's so nostalgic. It reminds me of a Cuban, and I get a bunch of other people, a bunch of other hype beasts to say the same exact thing and just continue to push that narrative time and time again. And this cigar goes from a $6 cigar to $100 cigar, which would be considered a ultra premium cigar. Does it deserve that price point? Should I be proud of that $6 cigar being a $100 cigar? Should I show respect to that cigar, even though all that it is at the end of the day is a normal basic ass cigar? I just wanted to pump my bags.
I mean,
it's simple, yes or no.
I'll say no.
Okay, so that's my point. People want to say that Destin Rivals is nostalgic. People want to say that Destin Rivals is the next Evolving Skies, is the evolving. If people want to make if you wanted to come at me with an argument of Destin Rivals is the best set of Scarlet and Violet, I will entertain that argument. As far as main series set, it is the best. Yeah. I will entertain that. Doesn't mean I have to feel that way, but I can entertain that and I can understand that. Now, to compare this set and say that it is better than Evolving Skies and that it is Evolving Skies 2.0 or anything like that is absolute asinine. It is the dumbest argument that I've ever heard. And I don't think that anybody can actually justify and defend that. Now, yes, if you want to talk a technicality standpoint, if you want to say that the market, like Celestial has said, that if the market deems it and people are willing to pay that price, then the market has spoken. Sure. But the market is super manipulated, hyper inflated, and people don't know why they're collecting what they're collecting. And I guarantee you there's a good, healthy part of this market, the people that are watching YouTube and spending the money, they don't know anything about Sword and Shield. They were not here for Sword and Shield. And all they're trying to do is trying to get the next Evolving Skies. Do I think that Destin Rivals will one day be over $1,000 box? Absolutely. But do I need to respect Destin Rivals for being $600, $700 before it's been a year? No, I do not have to do that. And I refuse to accept that as any form of an argument.
I mean, I'm just saying about the numbers of what it did. I mean,
well, it's fine.
So let me ask you this. So so what about Evolving Skies? So you like those numbers? So you respect those numbers?
Yeah.
When the boom happened with that set, because everybody used that as
what boom?
I'm just saying that as you see how it's like 2,100 a box. Like,
does anybody that's in this chat, does anybody know how I can pull up like a 5-year history of Evolving Skies? Is there a way for me to do that without doing like collector? Is there any other website?
Let me ask you this: is it? Because I know, is it more for you because I know it's for the cards, right? You know what I'm saying? So let me.
I mean, we can look at it. We can look at it either way. I'm fine doing card wise. We can do a side by side comparison, and I mean, there's multiple different viewing points. It just depends on how you want to do it. And again, I'm not trying to be disrespectful to you in any way, shape, or form. I want to make that abundantly clear. But at the end of the day, we came
right here, Prismatic.
Bro, you don't even want me to go into Prismatic. I can destroy Prismatic in under 5 minutes when it comes to Evolving Skies. I'm serious.
I'm serious. Listen, I don't have it. I never put it towards that. See, I'm not looking at it for the set for set. That, and I think that's where a lot of people get it like misconstrued with.
I'm talking about set for set. I can destroy it in under 5 minutes. I mean,
of course, the regular cars, is better if you go as far as like the full arts, like the
we can also argue sale wise.
Mhm.
I mean, I can show you what's going to happen to prismatic evolutions in 5 years.
It's gonna be
Just
it's
look,
gonna go up. It's gonna be even
just
higher than that.
just
Now, if
look
you want to
look
go
at the
investment wise,
look at the ETBs of Evolving Skies.
that's fine. Listen, Prismatic is the most reprint set of right now of all time. And listen, Pokemon literally said, we want to shut it down on Prismatic. They put out a whole email, sent it out to everybody, to everybody's country. We shutting it down, right?
Right.
And they can't shut it down. No matter how many times. Matter of fact, check this out. The $40 Dollar General ETB is more expensive than the regular ETB. It's the same box. It's just a yellow $40 Dollar General sticker on it. You know what I'm saying? Like stuff like that. Like that. This is like it's new. It's a different time. It's a different era. Sword and Shield had its time. Evolving Skies is flourishing. It's gonna be $10,000 a box, just like Ancient Origin and all that stuff. It's gonna be there. It's an inevitable. I'm just saying, far as with the sets of Scarlet and Violet, like my set right here, Prismatic is probably gonna get there a lot faster. There's more people in it right now than it was back in Sword and Shield as well. You know what I'm saying? And the times is different too. So you can have COVID and people stayed in the house and people got free money. But now in Scarlet and Violet, we got wars going on, gas is up, food is up, everything, and people is still buying. And Prismatic is one of the most rip packs and ripping ships. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, what do you, okay, here, I'm gonna put this. So this is all I can get from is price charting on Evolving Skies. Now what do you want to, as far as with Evolving Skies, like what is your argument when it comes, like you're talking about how quickly stuff has grown compared to Evolving Skies, or Evolving Skies from when it came out to what it, like,
I mean,
if you look, you can pick.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, like, if you look, this is March 2022. It was $140. Then we can go September 2022, $180. Like, it really didn't take off. It was $667 2 years into it. Like, when it went out of print, essentially, again, we're looking like March. Yeah, so March 140, and then in 2 years, it accomplished, $667. Which is leaps and bounds of like Destined Rivals just killed it in half the time. So I mean, I'm just asking, like, what is, like, this is way more natural growth than a Destined Rivals. So like, if we continue to go, like, if we continue with how Destined Rivals is performing and what people are doing with Destined Rivals, and again, if you want to make an argument about, like, yes, like Destined Rivals is not going to get any more reprints, like, we can have that argument, but right now, like, you just don't know.
That one is up in the air. I would say Destined Rivals. I'll say, far as for me, with Prismatic, let's go Evolving Skies and Prismatic. Prismatic is doing stuff within this first year than Evolving Skies didn't do, and it don't even have a booster box. Okay, it's a specialty set, but it just has what, 2 ETBs and a UPC and some booster bundles. That got an ETB, booster box, builds your battle decks, and so forth. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, however you want to slice it, Prismatic still is doing numbers. They're reprinting and they keep reprinting. It just got another reprint and it keeps going up.
I understand that, but you also understand that Evolving Skies was not during a bull run, in the biggest bull run that we've ever seen in the history of all TCG, not even including Pokemon, right? And again, I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I'm just, and I know I come across as an asshole. I'm not trying to be an asshole. I guess I'm just saying things how they are. So
no, me and you good. That's why I just said about the different eras. About that was the
but you can't. But like, you have to take in,
right. But people got free money, right? Correct.
But when did they get free money? Wasn't it 2021? Because then COVID happened during 2020, and then 2021, and then it died after that, right?
Yeah. But
Okay.
either way, people they
So
had
this is 2022 though.
so
Evolving
that's
Skies is 2022.
yeah. So I mean, people still has
So that was like
whether they got
after
the money
COVID. That was when
way
people were
before
that's
it
when
or
people were
after.
touching grass and not being stuck inside. So
Okay, yeah,
this was not during a bull run that Evolving Skies came out and that Evolving Skies continued to climb.
right.
That's
But
what
I'm
I'm
saying
saying.
everybody didn't spend all their money, but I'm just saying people they had equity to do so after the fact. So people came outside and was buying because as you can see, it surged up. So that's what I'm saying. Like different eras, like you in order for us to have these conversations or these debates, we have to include all the stuff that happened in these eras to see what made the market move. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of that matters. You know what I'm saying? Because like you said, look at this era now. Look at Prismatic now. They didn't put out an email for Evolving Skies saying, "Hey, it's too many people buying Evolving Skies, and we got to shut it down, and we want to make reprints." They didn't do that for Chilling Rain. They didn't do that for Brilliant Stars. They didn't do none of that for Short and Skill. But they did it for Prismatic. No other set had got that. Where it Evolving Skies took it to another level, but Prismatic changed the game. And it's the first set with a God pack. Whether y'all like the God pack or not, it's still hard to get the card. What me and you agree on, didn't you pull the Umbreon?
I did pull the Umbreon,
Yeah.
and if it and I will tell you, and
It was
I've been
hard to
very
hit, right?
vocal about this. The Umbreon, in my opinion, and I think it's partially biased, but I also think that it is majority based that the Umbreon from Prismatic Evolutions
Mhm.
is better than the Umbreon, the Moonbreon from Evolving Skies.
Okay, bingo.
But that's one card. That's one card out
Yeah.
of that whole entire set.
No,
The rest
yeah.
of them, uh, art is subjective. Okay,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
That's
know,
a fact.
I know that I know that I don't normally, and I need to work on that. I know I normally don't take that into consideration. I've been trying to take that into consideration that art is subjective,
Mhm.
but in my opinion, and I think a majority of people's opinion, the artwork in Evolving Skies kicks the shit out of Prismatic Evolution's artwork. Let me ask you a question.
Oh yeah, I do like those evolutions. I'm not gonna hold you.
So let me ask you this question though, because this is, and I'm going to make a video about Destined Rivals, Ascended Heroes, and Prismatic Evolutions compared to Evolving Skies. But let me ask you a question: if you were to go out into the real world and ask people what they thought or what their chase of was Prismatic when it comes to Prismatic Evolutions, what do you think that their answer would be?
The Umbreon, of course.
But what else? Like say the
Okay.
Umbreon's already
Other
been mentioned. Like if you say tell me the cards in Prismatic Evolutions, what do you think that they would be able to name?
all right. Well, I'm gonna do you one better. Let's just say let's exclude the evolutions. Okay. Let's take the evolutions out of there. So
No, you have to take the evolutions into consideration.
okay. Oh, okay. All right. I was just going to say because everybody's going to pick Sylveon and just I was thinking more of what you were talking about, maybe like the Roaring Moon, the
I'm talking
Paladin.
about like the average person.
Yeah. Okay.
The
So
average,
the average person.
the
Okay.
average person, you're sitting at Target, you're waiting for a restock, and you're
Yeah. They're going
talking
to
to people.
want the. I can look at it. They're probably want the Sylveon, the Leafeon, like either one of these evolutions.
Okay.
So like, of course that's what I'm saying. Of course they're gonna pick that. But if you're going off what's the other cards in it, because of course you're gonna pick the evolution. So I was going off of asking them that question too, because those are questions I ask when I'm in line and stuff like that. Some people like I just named the Paladin. Some people like the Paladin. Believe it or not, some people like that Goldinga.
I understand. Yeah, I understand. I'm saying though,
Yeah, that's why I said if we're
if you
going off of it, because it's weird because in the line it's like it'll be collectors and then there's newbies. Like, that's just
okay, so
right.
that's what I'm asking. If you're in a line and you just ask a simple question, what is in Prismatic Evolutions? What are you going for? What do they say 90% of the time?
They want the Umbreon or the God Pack.
Which has what's in the God Pack?
The evolutions.
Okay, thank you. If you ask people about Evolving Skies, yeah, they'll say the Moonbryon. Some are going to say the Rayquaza. Some are going to say the Dragonite. They know what's in the set. They know all the cards that are in this. Not all the cards that are in the set, but they're not just going to say the evolutions. So,
But I got
Evolving.
hold on.
You got you. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Hold on now, because this is why I say this is very important that you said that, right? Because in the line is different now. Because guess what? They're not just gonna say just that too, because now is the investment side of it. So they're looking at all the other cards too now. You know what I'm saying? Whether it is just the evolutions, it can just be like the other card, like I said, the Palafin, the Roaring Moon, the Master Ball, Umbreon. That's why I said like the conversation is different, because you can ask that question, but so many people is distracted from the actual of me and you talk about the art, the detail work of the cards, to where they're worried about the bread. So it can get to that. And to me, we're gonna get that down the line, because to me, I think in Prismatic, what a lot of people is like, nah, you whatever. To me, I think the Pokeballs and the Master Ball is gonna be major key years down the line, even though they're not expensive now. But because it's in that set, that's just my opinion. Like you said, I could be completely wrong on this. But if you see what the Master Balls is doing, pause, to a lot of the different Pokemon other than the evolutions, it's starting to go up a little bit. Maybe it's because it's about to go out of print and stuff like that. I mean, not a print, but rotation. I think that's going to play a major part in that set, because it's the Master Ball and the Pokeball, right? If you want to do the Master set, those particular cards are the bridge to completing that set, because you can get the regular cards, right, which you're just going to open up ET boxes and a whole bunch of stuff. And then, of course, you want to chase the, what is it, like 22 SIRs, the evolutions. So people is chasing that. So while everybody's chasing those two things, you got what everybody's, who cares, you know, throwing the Master Balls, the Pokeballs, because that's all you would get when you open some EXs, some Pokeballs, some Apexes. Like I said, I just shot a video of my collection of my book. I'm trying to do the master set. So it's, as I said, it's so much different stuff into it now. And I believe they took from Evolving Skies. They seen what Evolving Skies did, and that's why you get Prismatic. Like, oh, look at all the other cards, exactly what you're saying. The artwork, okay, let's see how can we maximize, how can we capitalize on something like that? We want to make an evolution set. You know what I'm saying? And
well, they did, but they didn't put nearly the firepower that they put in Evolving Skies, though.
And I believe it's a reason for that. And I might, because, you know, excuse me, I smoke a little bud, but
I don't care.
Okay. I think they next thing is coming up. I could be wrong. Something, let's say, Evolving Evolutions. What you think of that name?
Evolutions?
Like Evolving Evolutions, like a set. Like, you see how you just said the Evolving Skies? Like, imagine all of what you like in that set, the evolutions, all the other stuff in that, right? Mixed with just how they just did all the SIRs of Prismatic. Just take the SIRs of Prismatic, right? They ain't got to take nothing else. Let's say they take all the SIRs, and then what they top cards or whatever from Evolving Skies, and just say they do. I'm just thinking, you know, future reference, they do that down the line or something like that. Maybe they saving it for something.
Because I think that what I think you're talking about is like a worst case scenario, like excuse me, like Pokemon is dead and not truly dead.
Oh, no. I'm not looking at it ain't dead. I'm looking at what they just did with Ascended Heroes. You see how they took the most popular Pokemon and made it into a set. The
Charizard, most popular is debatable.
Well, in their eyes, they took a Pikachu, a Charizard, a Gengar, you know, the talked about ones, you know what I'm saying? Not to say the most popular, but the most popular ones of their eras and times, and the ones that's moving the goalposts. If they're moving, they're doing numbers. Dragonite doing numbers, Mewtwo do numbers, Charizard do numbers, Pikachu do numbers. We're going to see if Greninja can hold his own. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, Greninja's already Greninja's already sitting at about $500-$400.
Right. Like I said, this set like Chaos Rising, because Twilight didn't really do it
Oh, hold
justice.
on.
I ain't really care for Twilight Masquerade. I like the Greninja, but I felt like the set could have been, a little bit more better. Like you know what I mean? Like I think they could have did a lot more with Twilight. But that's
Okay.
why I'm hoping to see. I'm hoping for the best for Chaos Rising because I like Greninja, so I want Greninja to do well. I just felt like it got a rough deal the first time going around with Twilight Masquerade because it's like, oh, they gave it a SRR, but they didn't give it a full art or nothing like a, you know what I'm saying? Like you see how they doing Chaos Rising with the gold card, the full art.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? They gave it one Greninja in there and then like an EX. It's like, come on, like.
Well, I'll be honest, if they didn't put that Greninja in there, Twilight Masquerade would probably be one of the cheapest booster boxes of all Scarlet and Violet.
Yeah. Yeah. Because even Paradox Rift, even by not Paradox Rift, Scarlet Violet base set is actually doing well. It went out of rotation, but it's actually the cards that went up a little bit because they was down. Like the Gardevoir was like at $65-$70, so I think it reached probably like 90 now. I think last time I checked. So, the base set is doing well.
Okay, so let me ask you this question: We're gonna have this breakdown because I enjoy this breakdown.
No, cool. Me too, bro.
We got 9 people, so I don't know in here. Maybe we can have a vote here in a minute. But obviously, this is Evolving Skies, and obviously, this is Prismatic Evolutions, right?
Sick, man.
So I've already given you the win on Prismatic as far as the Umbreon.
Okay.
Which people can debate on it, but I'll give you that. Now we have this Sylveon, okay?
Okay, which is fire too. I love that.
This is in Prismatic Evolutions. Now, Evolving Skies has 2 Sylveons. You have the VMAX and the V. This is the V.
Mm-hmm.
And then this is the VMAX. Got Marshadow, Vaporeon, Eevee, another Eevee, Floetta.
That would be the better one to compete with that one.
Well, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Evolving Skies has 2 Sylveons. I mean, Prismatic Evolutions only got one.
And Master Ball, the regular joint.
Well, I'm not taking a master. You can't compare a Master Ball.
No, I wasn't including. I was just saying that's the only other one it has.
Then that's fine, but you can't even throw that into the ring at this point.
But you see how each set like remember how you said I couldn't include booster bundles, but this set got 2 cards and this set got 1. That's what I'm saying. Like,
we're comparing what's inside the set though. We're not comparing sealed product or anything like that. I'm literally doing a comparison of what cards you can pull inside of this set.
Okay.
I mean,
they both got the same pull rate of being hard, whether you pull either one of those Evolving Sky ones.
Let me look. Oh dang it! I just closed.
Oh, you closed? Yo, I do that sometimes.
I was trying to open up another tab. Hold on. Okay, so while I'm doing, let me do this first.
Let's go off their pull rate and let's go on our pull rate too. I ain't never pulled.
All right. Let's see. Let's see. Alt Arts. So it's got 1 out of 2,000 packs. Where's
I'm glad you brought this up too, bro. Because when you're done, I want to mention something about this.
No, you mentioned something right now because I'm trying to look at what how many packs it takes.
Yeah, but once again, another reason why when I did my video the way I did my video, bro, salute to everybody that's out there doing content. But one of the things that was kind of like irritating me is you see how everybody likes the pull rate this, the pull rate. That's fine, right? What about your pull rate? See, to me, I want everybody show they cars and this and that, but a lot of people don't open they stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying you got to open up on camera, but they don't even show the cards half the time. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like you can go off the computer pull rate. Like it takes $3,000. It takes 3,000 pulls to pull this card, or like for instance, right? You pulled the Umbreon, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember how many packs you was in to pull it, or do you remember your numbers or anything like that? Like anything?
No, I can't. I think it was. I mean, I got fairly lucky. I didn't have to open up a
Okay,
thousand
bam.
packs or something like that.
Okay, that's one of my points right there. Boom.
Okay.
So everybody's rate is different. You know what I'm saying? When you get the pack in hand. So me, as you can say, me and you both got lucky. Now for me, right? I pulled my Sunbreon out of the EV pouches when they came out. I want to say the third week is actually on my channel, so I'll find it later. But I pulled my Sunbreon when the EV pouches came out, and it was probably like the second week after the drop. But before that, I had opened up 11 ETBs. I was probably about maybe 10 bundles in, probably like if you want to call it one display case of bundles. I can't remember everything, the tech stickers and all that, but I would probably say I was well over into 200-300 packs because I hit the Glaceon actually on St. Patrick's Day in a booster.
Mm-hmm.
That was my first SIR. I hit the Glaceon on St. Patrick's Day. And then a couple months later, because the EV pouches came out in like March or something like that. What's up, Blood? I mean, excuse me. And so I can't remember the exact my numbers, but that's just the stuff I opened. But that's what I mean by like when you're looking at different pull rates of like people who actually going through the packs to pulling that, and then when we get the packs and you pulling it right then and there. Like for me in the Syndicate, I pulled the Gengar, my second ETB. It was the third pack. You know, that's like weird stuff like that. You know what I mean?
No, I understand that. I mean, but that's why pull rates exist. Pull rates exist because some people are going to get extremely lucky and maybe only open up a booster bundle of prismatic evolutions, and they're going to pull the God Pack. Other people are going to open up thousands and thousands of packs of prismatic evolutions, evolving skies, whatever the case may be, doesn't really matter, and they're never going to even touch a SIR or alt art or anything like that. So I understand your point, but as far as to make that into like some sort of debate, you can't debate it because pull rates exist for a specific reason, because it gives you an idea of roughly how many packs you should open before you get an SIR. Perfect example, Choo Choo, which is somebody that is in my Discord, as well as also he shows up into the lives and watches my videos. He has opened up, he's roughly opened up like 120 or maybe almost 200 packs of Ascended Heroes. Well, he was about, I think it was 60 packs in, and he already pulled 2 SIRs, which is about, if you break it down, it's about 1 in 35 packs, 1 in 30 packs, depending on how much the numbers are. If you know anything about Ascended Heroes, I think it's like 1 in, I believe it's like 1 in 45, or maybe it's 1 in 65 or something. So his pull rate based off him was about half of what the normal pull rate was. But guess what? He could go on a dry spell and open up 300 more packs and not pull a single SIR. So
I did that as well.
So here's the breakdown. You can see this, right?
Yeah, I can see it.
So these are the pull rates for Evolving Skies versus Prismatic Evolutions. I'm going to we can do it either way you want to do it, but I'm just going to give you based off of the top tier pulls. We're talking about alt arts, we're talking about, so the V's, the V maxes, and we're also talking about the SIRs, because obviously I mean, we can even do the hyper rares if you want to, but let's be honest, nobody gives a shit about the hyper rares that are inside of Prismatic Evolutions. We can even do the Master Balls if you want to, but I have a completely different argument about that. So special illustration rares is, according to TCG Player, is 1 out of 45. If you want to pull a specific illustration rare, it's about 1 out of 1,440. Now, I know some people say 1 out of 2,000 for the Umbreon. So these pull rates are not like 100%. I'm willing to accept that, but they're a good general baseline of thousands of packs that have been opened to come up with these numbers. And to be fair, most people go off of TCG Player both for sales and for information.
Right. But can I say something real quick?
Yeah, you say something.
Nah, what I'm saying, this is what I'm saying. Me and you agree upon. I think whereas what I was saying more of, and I'm sure this is like, for instance, right? People who don't open packs, right? They'll just sit there and talk about it, but you don't even open it. Like, I'm not judging off of these pool rates. I was more talking about the people like that don't even open packs at all. And you
No,
going off,
yeah, I understand, but we're also debating prismatic and evolving skies
no,
to
yeah,
a
yeah,
certain
yeah. That's what
extent.
I'm saying though too. But that was my point of speaking upon of doing my video and stuff like that. Like, you really, that's why I said, like, you pulled the Sunbreon. You can speak upon that because you actually opened the pack and you actually, yes, you got lucky, but you still had to go out there and purchase the packs and open it and do stuff like that. I'm saying people that like, oh, I bought it, but I never opened it. So if you never open it, how can you speak upon if you never open it? Or if you never bought the box, or you just going, that's what I'm speaking upon of that. You know what I'm saying? That's how that came to be. Like, more of, that's why I was saying that was more of irritate me of the content of being out, because everybody's just saying the market, the market, the bull run, the bull run. And I'm like, that's fine. Yeah, the market in the bull run. But other than, if you see what Rev just did today, he opening packs, like, and other people, you know what I'm saying, like stuff like that. People really not opening. They're rather just talk about it, but you don't see nothing, or they scared. That's why I made that sword and shield and stuff trash video like that, because it's like, instead of let's just talk about it, let's really open some packs. Let's get back to it. Yeah, let's invest in stuff, but still let's open some packs. Like, I could take your word, your advice or your word for only but so long if you never even open the stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's just my opinion.
So you personally wanted to sell or buy 1,000 of some specific card you pick, for example, scale of 1 to 10, effortless or impossible? Son of Jesus, I see you're asking a couple questions, stuff like that. Um, if you wanted to sell or buy 1,000 of a specific card, I think it just depends on your bankroll. If you've got a massive bankroll, you got hundreds of thousands of dollars, you can only do that. It just, I think it personally comes down to like a bankroll situation. On anything's possible if you have the right funds for it. I mean,
Yeah.
if you can literally create a buyout situation on a dollar card and raise up the value. If you buy 1,000 of them, you could raise up the value from a dollar card to $5, $10 a card. And if you push out that information, you don't disclose that you've been doing any sort of buyouts of that card. You just say, hey, I have a strong feeling about this card, that it's going to go up in value. You'll be able to 10x your profits off of it from a dollar to $10, and people see it happening. Then people are going to buy into it. You see prime examples early in the bull run last year, when the bull run was kind of kicking off slash going into full effect. There was a content creator named Dama, and this is not a personal shot, but I really don't give a shit if he comes after me either. He openly, not openly, he made videos every couple of days slash every week talking about these cards are fixing to take off into this market. They're fixing to boom. And long and behold, he was a part of groups that were intentionally buying out these cards. So he was making the content, letting people know these cards were about to take off and explode. And week after week after week, they were doing that. And him and other people were buying out these cards, creating that artificial scarcity and demand. It's a pump and dump. We've seen it with 151. We're seeing it in cards and sets right now. So it just depends on bankrolls and how many people you have into it.
Yeah. Well,
Going on, or would you need a guy who knows a guy who's got a warehouse type thing? I don't know anything about it, so just poking for, like, is there a website with high volume going on, or would you need a guy who knows a guy who's got a warehouse? Uh, Sorry, son of Jesus, I'm not really sure. Like, I don't really know what you're to make a big wave. Yeah, yeah. If you have money and you have connections with people, you can make a big wave. There's a video from the TCG Autopsy. He's a YouTube channel. He does like faceless videos, and he literally made a video the other day about how to do a buyout. So you can do a buyout on any scale. It just, as long as you have enough money for it. If you wanted if you wanted to pump up the Umbreon from Evolving Skies or Prismatic Evolutions, as long as you have enough money to do it, you could raise up the card value. I mean, you could make the Umbreon from Prismatic a $1,700 card currently if you buy them all out. You know, if the highest card is $5,000, you buy them all out. Well, guess what? That card is now a $5,000 raw card. It happens all the time. That's what we're seeing currently in this bull run. Same thing applies with sealed. Say, as long as you have the money to do it or whatever you're trying to accomplish, it's just really getting that information out to other people. That would be, I guess, hopefully that answers your question. So anyways,
No, you go.
But so a specific illustration rare for Prismatic is 1 out of 45. Now I know it doesn't feel like that, and that's because there's Pokeballs and Master Balls. They really fucked up this set by only doing Pokeballs and Master Balls. If they would have done illustration rares,
definitely do some more like full arts. Definitely, like
if they would have done illustration rares and full arts, it probably would not feel as brutal as it does.
Yeah,
I
definitely agree with that.
Still, for your top echelon, 1 out of 45. Now, for the Vs, which are not the top chases when it comes to Evolving Skies. Now, some of them are obviously top chases, but like your V Maxes are your true top chases. Those are 1 out of 91, or roughly 1 out of 1,001 for those. So it's about double as difficult to pull in a technicality standpoint. From a technical standpoint, random people just opening up random packs. It takes double to be able to do that. Then with your V Maxes, so your Umbreon and your Rayquaza, that is 1 out of 332, or specifically 1 out of 1,994. That is why Evolving Skies deserves the price that it deserves. It's also a booster box. Booster boxes are going to be able to accomplish a much higher price point than an ETB or a Pokemon Center ETB will ever be able to do, because it comes with 36 packs instead of 9 packs or 11 packs. So you can never truly compare sets together when they do not have a booster box, in my personal opinion.
Okay, well that's your opinion on that. Like you said, I agree with that. The booster box is always going to beat the ETB when it comes to pack volume. And yes, it's going to do that. That's why I'm saying that's one of my points as well, because ETB started 2012, 2013, somewhere around that time.
The first ETB was back during it was XY. Yeah, it was X. I believe it was XY.
So
the first ETB
time
came out.
Okay,
I'll look it up.
Yeah, I think it's like 2012. But see, that's why I'm saying, like, it goes back just like when Pokemon first came out.
2013 Plasma Storm.
Okay,
black and white.
Boom. Okay, facts. So when Pokemon first came out, it was nothing but booster box. Fossil, Field. If you got those now, you up, right? 20,000 a box.
Nobody knows. Nobody knows because we didn't have them back then.
But we
don't know what ETBs. We don't know what ETBs.
No, not ETBs. I'm talking about booster boxes. They was
I think Fossils.
Fossil, Field, Team Rock. Yeah, we didn't know. Like, we wasn't buying them back then because we wasn't that age. Our parents was buying it for us. They was buying the packs. So what I'm saying is, like, it has that 30-year run of booster boxes. So for ETBs to come in, right? If you go look at what the set that you was talking about earlier is like 8,000. We were saying is 8,600 ETB. What was that? Shining Legends.
860. Yeah.
Right. So they have. I'm gonna look for it now. Hold on.
A Fossil Unlimited is currently on eBay for roughly $25,000. That's not a first edition. That's an unlimited. Just so you know. Okay. Even though I'm interested in Pokemon cards and Scarlet and Violet, but no doubt Sword and Shield is the great era too. Yeah, Sword and Shield is a great era. It definitely. I mean, if you want me to give my personal opinion, I think Scarlet and Violet is it could have potential to outperform Sword and Shield. The only reason, though, is because of illustration rares. And back, I mean, even with Evolving Skies, if we look at Evolving Skies, you have rainbow rares. So with early Scarlet and Violet having easier pull rates, because that's what people were saying that they wanted. They said Sword and Shield had terrible pull rates, which it did. We looked at the numbers, and a V Max or a V is about double or even triple compared. Well, it's actually over triple
Yeah.
compared. And of course, each and every set is different. But people wanted easier pull rates. Then they bitched about the earlier Scarlet and Violet with the pull rates. So obviously they made the pull rates a little bit more difficult. But yeah,
Mhm.
I mean, technically you could argue, but also I could argue with you that Sword and Shield is going to outperform Scarlet and Violet, because Scarlet and Violet was probably printed more to a certain degree, depending on the set, than Sword and Shield, because every single year that goes by, except for recently, we've gotten more and more reprints of sets, or not reprints, but more product printed of sets. However, if it takes for a specific card, if you want to truly chase that card, if it takes double, triple, 4, 5x to be able to pull that card or specific card potentially, it may be more valuable, and it may be, they may make those sets go up longer term than in Sword and Shield. But as far as like from a fun opening experience, I think people are going to want to go towards Scarlet and Violet because of the illustration rares that are inside of that set, those sets. So there's an
Oh,
argument for both ways.
I was looking at Ancient Origins is $4,000 at ETB. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
the booster box is 1,700, and it came out 2015. So just like they have like certain sets do have certain like crazy like numbers for ETBs and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like different types of set. And Ancient Origin is a hell of a set too. You know what I'm saying? As far as the car rise and stuff like that. I
Well,
believe
I mean,
Timmy.
it depends on who you ask, though, because if you look at these older sets, they didn't have as much. There wasn't as much fluff inside of those sets. You
That's what
you
I'm.
you know you had, and I'm just generalizing. Your top chase was these and again, I'm just generalizing, like these EXs, Sword or Sun and Moon. Your big chase was going to be those rainbow rares. How much do people really care about rainbow rares? You know what I'm saying? So it depends on who you ask, man.
Right.
At the end of
And
the
that's what
day,
I
some
mean
people.
about Sword and Shield. It's the same thing. It all depends on who you ask of what they like. Because a lot of those sets too, like in Silver Tempest, it's the Lugia, the black one, and then it's the second one I have. The second chase card is the Rainbow Lugia. That's, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like tomato. You know what I'm saying? It's different strokes for different folks. You know what I mean? So look at Black and White. They got every card got a full art, and people were saying all the stuff about Black and White last year, and now it's like, oh my god, I need Black and White. I want Black and White. You know what I'm saying? So it people is, it's going with the times. The times is going to be different. Every era, every is going to have its time. You know what I'm saying? And movement. Like I'm just going off of they getting new printers and buildings, is what they say, 21 football fields and all
Something
this
like that,
extra
yeah.
stuff, right? So
Hmm.
the fact that all of these reprints is coming, all of these new people,
Potentially.
potentially, you know what I'm saying, of what may happen, and the fact that everybody keeps saying every day now, it's the bubble won't bust, the bull run is gonna stop. Yeah, it's gonna
Hmm.
eventually something gonna happen. We don't know when it's gonna happen. Don't nobody really know in Pokemon. We just going off of either past or what it could be. You know what I'm saying? Only people that really know is Pokemon. You know what I'm saying? Which is, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
Or what they're
Hmm.
knowing, what they're doing. That's why I said they knowing what they're doing by putting certain sets out. There was no specialty sets in Sword and Shield. They said,
There
let's
were
put
specialty sets
new.
in Sword and Shield.
Well, I'm talking about with booster boxes. Because you look at Sword and Shield, a lot of them have booster boxes. If you look it up,
Yeah, I would say there's more specialty sets that have been in Scarlet and Violet, but there was
yeah,
definitely
that's what
specialty
I'm saying.
sets
If
in
you
Sword
going,
and
that's what I'm
Shield.
saying. You going off of if we going off of like what have booster boxes and not they call those specialty sets. The one like 151 Paldea face, the one without booster boxes, right? So
I mean, we could have an argument that Scarlet and Violet has had a more successful, stronger specialty set generation than Sword and Shield. 100%.
Well,
I can have that argument with you,
let
but
me ask you, what is the specialty sets in Sword and Shield? What's considered the specialty sets?
You got Crown Zenith, you got Shining Fates, you've got, what was the other one? There was another one. Let me try to pull it up real quick.
Because I want to get the right term of it, because is they basing off of no booster box and ETBs, or is they basing specialty set because of cards? That's why I'm getting a little bit confused. So that's why I want to know what's the difference. Because you see how everybody's saying the specialty set in this area is no booster box, ETBs, right? So that's why I'm trying to get the differential of, because if you look at Sword and Shield, every set got a booster box.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to type and look and go. Say again.
Oh, I'm sorry. Now I was saying, if you look in Sword and Shield, every set has a booster box, and you know the argument is everybody's saying now what is considered a specialty set is no booster box, but ETBs, and you know Pokemon Center ETBs. That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to get the right term. Is they going off of what has a booster box and a booster no booster box with ETBs, or is it based off specialty set because of the cards? So what is the term for the set being?
So specialty sets are anything that doesn't have a booster box.
Okay, bet. So if you want that's the term, right? I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off. If that's the term, then Sword and Shield has no specialty sets, correct?
No, it does. Shining Fates was a specialty set. Celebrations was a specialty set. I mean, it was technically an anniversary set. Crown Zenith doesn't have booster boxes either, so that's a specialty set.
Oh, it don't?
No, it's ETBs. It's ETBs, okay. Booster bundles, stuff like that. So there was a handful of specialty sets where, compared to Scarlet and Violet, you have 151, you've got Paldean Fates, you've got Black and White, you got Prismatic Evolutions.
I can look real quick too.
You got Shrouded Fable, which I always leave out Shrouded Fable. So there was a couple more like holiday special.
Looking like Crown Zenith was like the only one that didn't have a boost.
Shining Fates also didn't have one.
Yeah, so like those two.
Shining Fates was like their attempt at another Hidden Fates, which was Shining Fates was during Shining Fates was like during COVID and stuff like that, and it went from. It went from, you know, anywhere from around like $200, $300 a ETB, and then they printed it, came crashing down to like it was like $30. You could find it on at Walmart sitting on the shelves, and it just now reached, I think it was like $160. So yeah, I mean, specialty sets are definitely like specialty sets, and even here,
yeah. Oh, actually,
Celestial said
it's at 146.75.
Right. Right. So
two sets.
So even Celestial, and I agree with them. I've been saying this forever. Specialty sets have gotten far more impactful. Like specialty sets have gotten way better over time. Like these specialty sets, and honestly, we can have a discussion. Are people going to give a shit about booster boxes coming forth if they continue to do specialty sets like this? If they continue to do small sets and only do specialty sets as your major huge 300+ card sets that are super loaded, are people only going to care about the specialty sets and they're going to hold off on the booster boxes? Like Pokemon's put themselves in a weird situation.
And bro, that's what I was saying in the beginning when we first was talking about, you know, with the ad booster bundles and stuff like that. That's why I was making my point about Pokemon. You know, like you said, they put themselves in the box, in the corner, actually, because it's like, hey, we don't want our stuff to be super high. We don't want to get out of hand and fights and stabs and all of that. But then they don't want to sit on the shelves as well either. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know what I mean? It's like, so it's like, yeah, you don't want to see $600, $650 for Destined Rivals. Okay, if you don't want to see it, then put out more booster boxes. They don't want to do it.
How are they gonna put out more booster boxes when their site gets botted, their vending machines get glitched, their distros are backdooring and holding on to product, or they're turning around and getting it for, I don't know, $100? No, they're not getting it for 100. They're probably getting it for, you know, maybe 50, $60, and then they're turning around and selling it to LGS's online stores for $600. Like how are they supposed to do that? Why would they do that? Why would they reprint booster boxes if they don't have a way of doing it?
And that's my point.
But I don't have to still. I mean, we can get back to the argument of Destin Rivals. I don't have to respect Destin Rivals just because we're in a completely different market and because people are stupid. Doesn't mean that I have to respect what Destin Rivals is doing, because Destin Rivals isn't doing what it's doing because it deserves to do what it's doing. It's benefiting from everything that's going on in the current market, current bull run, on top of distros being shitty, on top of people being fucking idiots and not knowing any better, being told that Destin Rivals
actually like the cards, though. You got to throw that in there too. Then I mean,
that's fine. They can like the cards, but it does. Don't argue with nostalgia. Tell me.
No. I never said nostalgia. Now,
but don't argue with me about nostalgia and it's Team Rocket and it's all this stuff. That don't give me that bullshit. And also, don't tell me that the Mewtwo is one of the best Mewtwo's and deserves to be a $500 card. Because if we look at Evolving Skies, which I need to pull it back up, why is Evolving Skies cards, like some of them are $300? They're way better than the fucking Mewtwo.
Can I say it? Let me tell you about this, right? That's why I say, well, for me and Scarlet Violet, like I tell you, Prismatic is my favorite set. I do like Destin Rivals, don't get me wrong. It's a cool set. But my boys and people, they was getting on me, right? Because I was saying stuff like this. I don't know if this may make a little sense to you, right? Now, Shrouded Fables, right? You see how Shrouded Fables is supposedly is dark, it's gloomy, right? They went with the purple, all the Pokemon. You know how the cards is very dark, it's very gloomy, right? I felt like the way they did Shrouded Fables should have been how Destin Rivals card should have been. That dark and gloomy, right? Because it's Team Rocket. I felt like that. Well, those style of cards should have been for, like, not the set, but the artwork and how dark and gloomy it was should have been for a Team Rocket set, far as Destin Rivals. Now, how they put it together, I like the cards, but it didn't give me that dark, gloomy, like, the Team Rocket, the first, the Neo, and stuff like that, or, the dark set. You know what I'm saying? Like, so for me and my friends in them, they, oh no, you bugging. I'm like, but when you go actually take the Shrouded Fable card and you put it next to the Destin Rivals, and you put it next to, like, what is it, Giovanni Nidoking or something like that, and you take the dark book, you like, damn, that should look like that, because it's like the dark, the hunter, the game. You know what I'm saying? Like, it gives you that vibe, especially if you played the game back then. So as far as the artwork and the detail, I felt like it fell off from there. So I can't put it in nostalgia, because I felt like they dropped the ball when it comes to putting that stuff together. Because when they announced it, that's the first thing we all thought. I'm pretty sure that's what you thought too before they even seen the card. Like, oh, is it Team Rocket set? Hopefully it'd be what? Like the old Team Rocket set, or give us something dark, something that we all thought it was going to be until we seen what it looked like. And to me, I think when they put it out there, they already knew what they was going to put out there. It was just like, just going to accept it to what it is. And everybody just was like, oh, Cynthia's Garchomp, Ethan Toho. And it's like, I agree with you on that. People started leaning on the trainers in the card, because if you take the trainers out of Destin Rivals and you just go on the card, it's like, let me throw some shit on the wall and see if it stick. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and it stuck, and it's continuing to stick.
And boom, because of those particular trainers.
But here's the thing, okay? So first of all, I'll address some of these comments real quick. Celestial even said he's been hoarding more specialty product over main sets over the last couple of years. The lack of pack density items in specialty sets really puts a lot of pressure on the instantly, which is 100%. I've been saying for a long time. I mean, not a long time, that's an exaggeration, but I've been saying for a while they need to do some like sleeve packs, just like you get with your main series set. Just go ahead and get some sleeves, like Perfect Order, those double sleeve pack displays. They need to start offering some individual sleeve packs and less of the collection box bullshit that they do, in my opinion.
I don't really like all of those, man.
But yeah, I mean, so even he's agreeing that specialty sets are kind of like the no dub play. And then 999, a kid hackle, I don't know what that means. And then Son of Jesus said, y'all are awesome for real. It's cool to tap it. So here's my question for you. And we'll go back to Destin Rivals. But So, I mean, the Moonbryon. I'm not really going to include the Moonbryon, but like for a perfect example, you have this Sylveon, right? And we were gonna compare the cards,
Yeah, let's
but
do it.
you have this Sylveon. Its most recent sale says 400 bucks, $399 and a penny. The cheapest you can find it on TCG Player, and I have not looked through this, so I might look like a jackass here in a second.
No, you
But
good, bro. We here
from the
for
poke from the Poke Hive, which is the first, reputable seller,
okay.
it's $426. Now you have the Sylveon, and I don't know why it's like market manipulation, but so because it had most recent sale was 192, probably in a different
Hey,
language. But
if you want to
the
know what the PSA 10, I'll let you know the number on that too as well if you need that.
no, you're good. I just want to look strictly off rare cards. So
Okay, cool.
we know that this is the V Max, so it's not the V.
Okay.
The V Max. No, it's I don't. Uh, I think the V Max over the V. Yes, so the V Max for this is a 1 out of 332. So it's literally like 5 times harder to pull. Actually, it's more than 5 times harder to pull the V Max. This V Max Sylveon
Yeah.
right here.
Evolving
Now
cries, man.
you can buy it $405. There's even one a PSA. There's a PSA 9 right here. So raw, $420. Why do we have? And you tell me, okay? I really want to know your opinion.
Okay.
Why are we paying? Why is this card, roughly how much did I say it was again?
It's like
425.
four.
Okay, so why are we paying equal value when this card from Evolving Skies is like 6 times harder to pull? And in my opinion, the artwork is a million times better. The Evolving Skies compared to this Sylveon. I want to know, why is a card 6 times harder to pull, the same price? Also, with yeah, I'm not even going to include it being out of print. I'm not going to include any of that because that has nothing to do with anything. But just why?
That's why I said the times is different. I believe that's why.
The times aren't different.
Well,
It's still the same thing at the end of
not
the
only
day.
let me still rephrase that. Not the times, the people that's in it now to where it was in Sword and Shield. Because, like you said, you pulling up the data and it's showing that people are willing to pay. I don't understand it either. You know what I'm saying? The artwork on there on the Sword and Shield one is a lot better. The detail got the other Pokemon. I agree with you. This one, I still like. It's very close. You can, like I said, you can go either way, but we can't explain it. That's why I said the numbers is the numbers. Like people is liking the prismatic Sylveon better. So that's what I'm saying. Like we can say, oh, people are stupid, they're scalping, whatever you want to say it. But if you want to go for card, and you asking people, like you see how you got them both together, yes, people are picking the prismatic Sylveon, maybe as in the artwork for you and me. Okay, you can say sword and shield. We can go for Evolving Skies. Like I can go back and forth because some days I may go Evolving Skies with this artwork, but I like the prismatic one. They could potentially doing that, but they're still going with prismatic, and they're also going in what's the better investment in the long run.
Mm-hmm.
So they're looking at the pool rate because check this out. Okay, in order to get Evolving Skies, hold on. I got 2 packs left. So you got to pay what, $30, $50 a pack? So
Yeah, it's like $50. Yeah.
Okay, then like that's what I'm saying. Like it's out of reach. That's why I'm saying for the investment side of what people need investment. That's why I asked you, is you speaking towards more of the product or with the people? The people is saying that's out of my reach. Everybody ain't got $50 all the time to keep buying Evolving Cries, right? When you gonna cry to where if I could take $50 and still go get 5-6 packs of prismatic, I can still go get a surprise box. See, it's still affordable. A lot of people, that's why I say a lot of us, especially content creators that's in this space, we lose sight of that sometimes. And that's why I'm trying to get it back into that for the people, because yeah, we can sit there and say, yo, this looks better. You can make that money, flip it. That's a fact. Save up, do this. I suggest sell your bulk. A lot of people just burn them cars, throw them cars away. $25. You know, every thousand cars you sell is $10. You can take it to your LDS store, your car store. You can get rid of your bulk and still get. You may not get tons of dollars, but you can add that to your money towards the new stuff or old stuff. So you can flip it as well. But it's about what's now. And that's why I said it's about the times. The times is different. Everybody who didn't get in, like you said on your last live, hey, you got to hold that L. I got to hold that L too. Like, I don't have Evolving Skies sealed products. Don't have. I just opened up the last of my 10s of Crown Zenith. As you know, I like to rip shit. I can't help myself. I'm degenerate.
I don't blame you.
But it's meant to get open. But I'm not about, well, as of right now, when I do bring that other capital, I am going to get me some boxes of Fusion Strikes when I can make them purchases, when it's affordable for me. As of right now, if I'm
why wouldn't you just go into something in Scarlet and Violet if you think Scarlet and Violet is a stronger era and is going to outperform Sword and Shield?
That's why I choose Scarlet and Violet. Because,
well, you just said you were going to go into Fusion Strike, though.
No. I'm saying when I'm able to get that, to buy that stuff, to have it, because all I'm going to do, bro, to be honest, I'm going to open it. I'm sound crazy, but if I get Evolving Size case, I'm opening it. You know me, I open stuff on my channel.
Why would you do that though? Why would you buy something just to open it unless you've got hundreds of thousands of millions of dollars?
Because for me, I know I can make it back. I'm gonna get this
money.
Money.
You can't make it back. That's the problem.
I'm not trying to see. That's the problem. I'm not trying.
I mean, you can think positively. Like, obviously, I don't do that.
Let me ask you this question: Is you saying I'm trying to make it back off of Evolving Skies? Solely,
you just said if you got a case of Evolving Skies, you're opening up. You're opening up boxes of them.
Yeah, I'm opening.
But you're not going to make your money back though.
But I'm not trying to make my money back off of Evolving Skies. I'm going to make my money back on. You see that black and white. You see that prismatic. See that Mega Evolution. I got hella stuff. I can make that money back off of other things because I chose to spend that money because I want to open it. Now, right? It's a difference between buying open cases and sealed cases. If you do the math, you're gonna pull a hit. You may not pull the Umbreon or VMAX, but you see how you pull all them other cards. If I buy a sealed case of Evolving Skies, I guarantee you I'm gonna pull one of those evolutions, that Sirions, because it's gonna take that much to open to pull those cards. Thousands of packs. Or
actually you won't.
Well, when I get the case. When I get the case, bro, we're gonna do a live stream, and I want you to be on there with me.
That's fine. That's fine.
I want you to sit back, have your cigar, and watch me rip.
I mean, you stand a chance at pulling a V, but a V Max, you're not pulling it.
But that's what I'm saying. But
there's 36 packs in a box. There's 6 in a case. That's 216 packs. To pull a V Max, you need 1 out of 332.
But check this out. This is why I say like people be losing stuff like that. See, $20 card, $30 card. See, I'm into that. You can make money off of that. You can flip those. You can sell those. Not just saying out of Evolving Skies, but just out of every single set. You know what I'm saying? That's how I make my money. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you seen me. I'm used to open up hundreds of packs, doing crazy stuff because I can. How I do that is I'll take a Misty Psyduck from Destined Rivals. That's $50. Bro, I opened so much Destined Rivals, bro. When it came out, I pulled 10 Misty Psyducks. Got rid of them.
No, that's great. But that's not everybody, though.
Right? A few of them I got graded. Boom. Boom. Flip them joints. Got rid of them. Go get more different stuff. Like, because everybody's paying attention to the Mewtwo, the highest cards. People don't really pay attention to the $50 and $25. Matter of fact, you see how the Gengar for 151, the $6 card is like a PSA 10 is like $300, and the one, hold on, I'll show you this one right here. Because this is what I like to do too, because people don't be showing their stuff, right? Now, this Sam's Club, right here, right? This Gengar, they're saying this Gengar PSA 10 is like some thousand. I think it's like 1300 a PSA 10 or something crazy like that. This
Well,
promo code.
that's because people are just stupid and don't know why they're buying what they're buying
But
right now.
but see, that's my point. Like stuff like this, they wasn't paying attention to. Like,
But and they're not. But they're not going to though. You can't. Here's the problem. We have gotten used to everything moving up. We have gotten used to everything just continuing to reach all-time highs. That's not. I don't care. Okay, realistically, if we don't get any reprints of any booster boxes until 2028 wins and waves. If that's just how it works, that's how the printing facility works.
Okay,
eventually, at some point, this market's going to calm down. People are not going to be paying $1,300 for a half art in a PSA 10. That's just not how it works. There's no market in the world. No, there's no market in the world that goes up forever. And the longer this market continues to go up, and the dumber it continues to go up, the harder it's going to come crashing down. I have been around for a very, very long time. I have had these conversations multiple times. I have seen people sit there and say, this time is different. This market is different. We only go up. And guess what? Every fucking time they get bent over and fucked, and then they leave, and then they come back during the next bull run, and they say the same thing over again, and it's going to be different, and they get bent over and fucked again.
And that's why I say I agree with you. I never said that the market wasn't going to crash, right? Don't nobody know when it's going to happen, right? Everybody keeps saying it. Like that's the new trend. When is it going to happen? When is it going to happen? Just enjoy the ride. It's like a roller coaster. Just enjoy the ride, because eventually
I hate the ride.
You know, too many twists, too many turns, too many loop-de-loops. But
I just wanted to crash and burn.
You're gonna get off the ride. Some people's gonna get off the ride. Some people gonna get off the ride to get back on the ride. Eventually, it's gonna. But guess what? People gonna keep coming to that amusement park. You know what I'm saying? And that's Pokemon. So, but the good thing about the crash, what happens though, right? People is doing what? Sell your prismatic, sell the stuff, right? And guess what? All the people, the sharks, the whales, everybody what they come in and do. I'll buy that for 80%. I'll buy your stuff. I'll buy it, right? And then what happens, let's say 5 years later, and they're, it's back up again. Oh, you still got that 151 that I sold you? It's $3,000 ETB now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're gonna sell their stuff and try to get it back. So that's what I'm saying, right? Whenever this happens, you want to set yourself up. I'm gonna use myself as an example. I have 20 prismatic ETBs put up. That's nowhere compared to Vapor Shields and Mitch. None of the. I'm a small fish in a little pond, but I got some equity right there. You know what I'm saying? When the push come to sub, I got a little capital. I got 5 the UPCs put up, and Paldea Fates. I have 25 booster bundles. And then I have a case of booster bundles of prismatic. So, and then in 151, I got 10. So all my booster bundles, I probably got like 40, 50 booster bundles, completing those 3 sets, stuff like that. So, right. And I also got the cards. So for me, that's what I'm saying. A lot of people just talk, right? Because they don't open stuff. So whenever this crash happens, like you said, right? What do? They're going to sell a lot of the stuff that I have, even more. Not the main people, but a lot of the newbies, sneaker guys, the mechanics, whoever you want to call that's in it for the bread, right? But for guys like me, the small percenters that actually open stuff and keep sealed, I got the cards, I got the bulk. I don't mean to say this, but it's like the drug game. It really is. Like, you got the plug, you got the connect, you got the streets. It's the same thing. You want to set yourself up to where you know the plug, which is the booster boxes, the ETBs, the bundles. You want to set yourself up to where you got your stuff. So when a drought come, like we like to say, you got stuff put up when it's time to sell. Because guess what? They're going to hit you over the head higher even when the drought comes. So in reverse of the Pokemon, when the drought come in Pokemon, stuff becomes a less cheaper, right? Because they're gonna buy you out, but all the stuff is gonna go down low, but it's eventually gonna raise back up to the high. So that's the best time to buy. You know what I'm saying?
You never buy at the high.
No, I'm talking about the low. When the crash happened, when y'all say the crash is gonna happen, and that's gonna be the best time to buy people stuff because they're gonna sell it right for the lowest to get their money back in some type of way.
Yeah, but the problem is that everyone thinks that they have diamond hands and that they're going to hold.
And guess what they usually do? They try to wait 3 months later. What they come? Hey, you still? They're gonna sell it because guess what?
I understand that, but they're being told
credit card bills, all of that. So
I understand that, but they're literally being told that this time is different and that Pokemon is only goes up. So like, I mean, we can argue semantics, but at the end of the day, that's what everyone's like. Okay, so getting back to Destined Rivals being like 650. We'll just round it 650 a booster box.
Mm-hmm.
Why are people buying at all-time highs when the set's not even a year old? It's like 2 weeks out from a year. We'll say it's a year old just for semantics purposes. Why are people buying at 650 all-time highs when nothing else is 650? Not even Paldea Evolved, the greatest phenomenal set of Scarlet and Violet era, because they're told and they believe Pokemon only continues to go up. They've never seen a bear market. They've never seen a full cycle.
Mm-hmm.
You even have content creators coming in, making content, saying that this market is different, that Pokemon is different, that Pokemon is never going to go back to how things were before.
No,
I'm just saying though.
Yeah,
I'm saying I mean, I'm just I like you started off this conversation, right?
Yeah.
You started off this conversation by saying I need to give my flowers to Destined Rivals for what it's accomplished in a year. I mean, but you also just
said the numbers prove it though. Is the numbers
the numbers prove how fucking stupid 90% of the world is.
Which is, you can't call it stupid if that's
yes, I can. It's actually
in your opinion, yes, you can call them that, right? But that's why I say, like, then they can call you stupid for liking Evolving Skies, then, right? If they're saying, if people actually like the set, that's what I'm saying, bro. Some people they actually like the set because you don't like it. Doesn't mean
I don't like it compared to Evolving Skies.
But bro, what you eat don't make other people shit.
I mean, everybody shits.
I mean, you know what I mean, though, right? But
yeah, if I had a choice, I'd feed everybody laxatives and make them shit like crazy.
Oh my God! Right?
I'm just saying. Like, like I understand right now, everything's going up. I understand.
And it's more people in it right now, and the people is speaking.
And that's fine. There was more people during COVID. There was more people during.
Saying they like Destin, bro.
I understand that, but
the numbers is the numbers, black and white.
People like Destin because they're told it's Evolving Skies 2.0. People want something to believe in. They want to believe that they're going to be rich off of Destined Rivals.
I don't think
you will
Destined Rivals.
They also want to believe they're going to get rich off Prismatic Evolutions too. Hey, but let's be honest. We're
gonna make some bread off Prismatic.
If you can hold, if you can hold for 5 years, but if you can hold for 3 to 5 years, but let's be honest, if you let's say you're over leveraged, right? Let's say you got shit on credit cards, right? And Prismatic Evolutions goes flat for 3 years. Are you gonna hold that shit? Are you gonna hold it?
Well, for me, I don't.
80% of people ain't gonna hold it.
That's what I'm saying. To where you got to go off the people. Now, your opinion is
the people are telling me that they're fucking retarded and they've never seen a bull cycle. They've never seen a full cycle before. Like I said, Celestial's in here. And he loves Prismatic Evolutions, and that's cool. He's got an LGS. He's been in the game for a while, and so I can't tell him he's a fucking idiot because guess what? He's going to hold and he's going to sell a shitty set to other people that believe that it's an incredible set later on down the line for $500 in ETB.
Oh, that's a fact. Me too. which is a great.
And that's
Prismatic is a
fine.
great set.
That's fine. But all these people that are drinking the fucking Kool-Aid don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
And they said the same thing about Evolving Skies. They paying $2,100 a booster box case is like $10,000, and people still buying a $10,000 case. And it's hella hard to pull those cards of which you pulled up, and they're still doing it. That's what I'm saying.
They're doing it because of the money. They're not doing it because they're going to open up the fucking boxes.
So guess what? They're doing the same thing in Scarlet and Violet. People just now catching on. That's what I'm saying. Like, people sat back and was watching what was going on, what y'all was doing, what everybody else was doing. Like, oh, I fucked up, I missed out. Oh, word, this shit called Prismatic. Oh, Ascended. Oh, Mega. Oh, you know what? When we get in it, we kicking down the door and we going full throttle. That's just what it is right now. People are just going all gas, no brakes. Is it a good thing? Who knows? Is it a bad thing? Who knows? But what I do know in Pokemon, no matter if it's the worst set, is still gonna make some money. What Rudy always say, the person who wins is the person who holds on to the longest. Now, will everybody gonna do that? No. Will majority of people do that? Yes. But the way Pokemon is going, you don't really need to hold on. Hear me out. You don't need to hold on to 10 to, because guess what? The way they're printing stuff now, people is getting their money like a drive-through. It's not like sitting in the actual restaurant, ordering your food, taking the time, an appetizer. No, people is like, yo, I need the number 2, a Minute Maid, less ice, and I'm out. And I'll see you again. That's what people is doing right now. They saying, nah, I can get my thousands instead of making millions. I'd rather be a thousandaire than a millionaire. That's what the people is doing now. If you see what they're doing with Ascended and all this other stuff, they're rather make the quick flip now because y'all keep telling them, right? And I'm listening as well too. The crash is gonna happen. It's gonna happen. So guess what they're doing? Well, if it's gonna happen, let me get up all this stuff right now and make as much money as I can right now. And hey, if I take a loss on this, it's really not a loss because somebody's gonna buy it regardless. Whether I take a little L, it's still not an L because if you bought it for $55 or $60 or $70 or $100, and you still get to sell it for $150, that's still not a loss. You still won. You may not have got the total profit you want, but a profit is a profit. Even if you make $1, that's $1 more than what you made when you first got it. So you're gonna win. So that's why I said if you get into it with Scarlet and Violet, no matter what set it is, you're gonna win because people's out here is getting it for $55. Walgreens just did restocks on Scarlet Violet base set for $40 at the Walgreens and CVS. A lot of people don't even know that.
And you know what you're going to win a lot faster, though, realistically? You're going to win a lot faster with Sword and Shield because it's out of print and it's not going to get any more booster boxes. It's not going to get any more ETBs. It's not going to get any more packs. So why are people going into ultra fucking modern? Why are they going into sets that literally don't go out of rotation?
Because they can't afford what you're saying right now. That's
not true. You can buy Battle Styles. Battle Styles
is ass.
It's not ass. That's just the narrative.
According to the people, they're not buying it.
That's people don't know. Because all that YouTube talks about is the ultra modern, the next fucking set. But if you want to talk about what is a safer place to put your money into, it is shit that is out of rotation. It is shit that's not going to get any more booster boxes, any more packs, any more anything.
Okay. Oh, that's fine. I'm gonna go with your stuff, right? Let's say okay.
Facts as well.
Let me buy Sword and Shield. Yo, bro, I need a case of Fusion Strike.
I don't have a case for Fusion Strike.
Okay, can you hook me up with somebody? You gotta see. That's one of my points. I gotta find.
No, it's out there. It's fucking out there.
I'm not saying that it's out there. I'm not saying that it's not out there. What I'm saying is, I gotta come up with $1,100. $1,100, right? Or I can take this $1,100 and go into Mega Evolutions. Go get $300 a booster box. I can go get 3 of these or one of these. And then, right, even when I get Fusion Strike, guess what I got to sell it for? I'm not about to sit there and sell it for, give me $1,200. No, you're going to want to sell it for $2,000. So now you got to hold on Fusion Strike. It's like playing hot potato. Now I got to hold on to this for 2 to 3 years.
What's more likely to happen first? Destined Rivals going to $1,300 a booster box, or Fusion Strike going to $2,000 a booster box?
I would say Destin. I'll probably say
No,
Destin. Right?
No, you're not. You're not being serious and telling me you think that Destined Rivals is going to reach $1,300 a booster box before Fusion Strike reaches $2,000.
You
can't literally be telling me.
It's at $650 right now, bro.
You can't. That's what you're being dead ass serious.
Yeah, I'm dead serious.
Okay.
Oh, how long Fusion Strike's been out? 6 years.
Know.
Close to 6 years.
I don't keep up with everything.
This is important because that plays a part in it. You tell me about a set that's been out of, like you said, it's out of reprint, and it's taken forever to get to 1,300. That's my point. Scarlet and Violet is doing the numbers in less amount of time and less amount of years and proving it. That's why I'm saying, if the question that you're asking, why are people buying up these sets from Scarlet and Violet other than putting their money in Sword and Shield, is because when I pay all this money from Sword and Shield, I have to wait. You gotta wait. If you spend $1,100 on Fusion Strikes or Brilliant Starks, whatever the numbers is, I can look it up too, you gonna wait. Or unless, hey bro, I'll give you $1,200. So I just did all of this to make $100 when I can just go to Walmart and go get a Ascended Heroes ETB and sell it for $175, $180, and make that same money in less amount of time. It apples and oranges. It don't add up when I can just go to the store. That's what I'm telling you. The stuff they got out now is doing the numbers of what you gotta wait for in any Sword and Shield product, period. Because you can go get a Paldea Fates. You can go get a Magic card, Paldea Evolve, regular for 100 and sell it for what, 300, whatever it's going for. You're flipping that a lot faster. I don't gotta hold on for 5 years. I can make that money in months. That's why people are going crazy for Prismatic, Ascended Heroes, Black and White, Crown Zenith. When Crown Zenith had that last Sam's Club, what is that? The Seeing Sky box.
Mm-hmm.
That was their last hurrah.
And you know how long? You know how many times I could walk in? You know how many weeks I could walk in to get that box, and it was just sitting there and nobody wanted it.
And that's my point. Now, boom. Now, guess what was the next box that be like that? What was the next box to be like that? That everybody said I'm not gonna fuck up and I'm gonna get it now. Bloom and Waters.
151 is legitimately ass. What are we talking about?
That's your opinion.
No, it's legitimately ass, and that's why it sat around forever, because nobody fucking liked it, because the Charizard is one of the worst Charizards of all time. Like, what are we? The best
Charizard Scarlet Violet is Paldea Fates. That's the best Charizard in Scarlet and Violet. It's better than Fly Charizard. I agree with you. To me, I like it, but they was lazy on that. I feel like they were very lazy with the 151 Charizard. It could have been a lot better. But yet again, the numbers is the numbers.
But the numbers are artificial numbers. They are in the biggest bull run in TCG history. But not just Pokemon history. Mm-hmm. TCG history. You have Magic that is blowing up. You have One Piece that is blowing up. You've got Lorcana that is blowing up. You've got Godzilla. You've got every TCG is blowing up.
Well, like you said, 151 sat in Sam's Club too, the UPC, $80 a box.
It was never
151 sat on Target shelves, bro. Like you said, it sat on the shelves just like Crown Zenith.
It was so did the Charizard box as well.
Yeah, a lot of that, right?
But also the Charizard UPC that just came out, it reached $120 and nobody wanted to buy it, and now it's like sitting at 220, 230, 240, 250.
Boom. And that is my point, bro. that the fact that they don't want to miss out. With Crown Zenith, people waited. Oh, it's out of rotation.
Whoa,
Now
whoa.
everybody want it.
Why
When it's
would you
gone,
want to miss out when you know that everything goes up right now?
you said repeat
See,
that
that's
one.
why would you want to miss out when you know everything goes up right now?
But that's what I'm saying. That's why the people is not missing out on the latest stuff, because I'm along with them. I missed out too.
Yeah, but
I
it's
ain't
not
see
going to be
nothing
like
to
this
it.
forever. You're living in a fairy tale land if you think it's going to be like this
No,
forever.
but
And then guess what's going to happen?
Mhm.
When we're not in a bull run, we're in a bear market where products not moving, cards aren't going up in price, seals not going up in price, nobody cares.
Yeah.
Guess what's going to happen? There's going to be shit on the Pokemon Center sitting there. There's going to be shit on shelves.
Yep.
Right now, we're in a euphoric bull run pushed by online social media.
That's a fact.
On the news. So why would you the thing is, when people can make money, that is when they're going to be in something. When you can no longer make money, that is when they leave. We've seen that in shoes.
Yeah.
We've seen that everywhere.
And that's what's supposed
everyone's
to
looking for a fix.
But
I mean,
what? They're going to come back though.
But here's the thing: if Crown Zenith came out right now,
Mhm.
do you think Crown Zenith would be sitting on store shelves?
No, it would not.
Okay, but it did when it was out. Why?
Because everybody was spoiled, and I can go get it at 11 o'clock before the store closes. The entitlement, it's a lot of entitlement to that too, because you see it now.
Entitlement.
Yeah, well, not you. I'm just saying, I be in line, I be outside, so I'm able to be out there in the mornings and stuff like that.
I can't believe
the conversations that I hear, and I'm sure plenty other people hear, is they're mad at, oh, this used to sit on shelves and there's 40 people in line, and I shouldn't have to stand out here at 3 a.m. I don't need it. I remember, listen, that's over with. Everything changed. If you want it, you either gonna pay for it or you not. You either gonna get in the way or you're gonna get out the way. And right now, the people they're moving people out the way. Now, will they get moved out the way eventually? Yes, they will, because like you said, they running up. Some people may be running up debt. Some people may be doing this or doing that. But I think the people is a lot smarter with what they're giving, what people is thinking, what they are now. Yeah, there's some dumb people in there, and that's gonna make dumb decisions. But it's not like that. And I think a lot of people that's from that time era is always the passing of the baton. You know what I'm saying? People ain't ready to let it go, and it's like, hey, sometimes you got to get ready to pass the baton. They had it. People in Sword and Shield had it. It's the Scarlet and Violet era time. It's like the new generation. It's like the new content creators. Me, you, bro. We the new era. We coming in at, you know what I'm saying? And then it's gonna be another era of people that's coming in that's gonna say Generation 10 and 11 and watch when Scarlet and Violet get old. The same thing they said about Scarlet and Violet, they said that about Sword and Shield when X and Y was out. They said the same exact stuff. It's in this bubble, the market. I don't know what you guys are buying this Sword and Shield. They said the same stuff, the same thing. And look what people is doing, buying it. So it's gonna keep happening and happening. That's why I said Pokemon and what was it? I think it's Game Freak, because Pokemon just found out Nintendo don't solely own Pokemon. There's other people in that too. So
yeah, it's 3 corporations like Game Freak, Nintendo, and then somebody else.
Yeah, and the person, and that's another piece of an example right there. The other people that owns Pokemon, they're coming from the investment side of the game that's putting out their cards. You have Nintendo, right, and Pokemon, who the collector, the kids, for the kids. But what's Nintendo's slogan? It prints money. Who's the other people that they're in line with that own Pokemon? The investment side of the game, the people that want to make this money. So you have the ones that saying, no, give it for this price. But then no, you got the people, the other side of owners saying, hey, nah, we like the scalpers. We need the scalpers. We need the slabs. We need Beckett and PSA and Tag. And we need the creators to talk about this, because you ain't talking about it, ain't moving no numbers. They say the same thing about Fossil 30 years ago. The booster box is over $40,000. So it really doesn't matter. The bubble is gonna burst at some point. But like Rudy said, because everybody liked to listen to Rudy, if you hold on to your stuff, you're gonna make money. The longer you hold on to your collectible, no matter what collectible it is, as long as it's in great shape and you hold on to it and you take care of it, you're gonna make a profit. It's up to you as the collector, you as the investor, the so-called scalper, to do what you want to do with your pockets and your investment. So it goes between that. And I can speak for myself to where I open stuff, I have card. I'm not gonna lose, period. Say the investment side go down, like you said. Prismatic goes to shit. That's fine. I got cards. Sell the cards. I don't just got cards from Prismatic. I got cards from. So it's like, okay, I can lose money on this, but I open stuff. But people who don't open stuff, that's why I make my videos. That's why I say stuff that irritates me. That the people who's talking about this, they can't speak from an opening side because y'all guys are just the investors. The ones that say don't buy English, buy Japanese, and this. To me, I look at that as a cop out. That's weak. That's like playing the game on easy. You know what I'm saying? Just go buy Japanese. That's too easy for me. You're gonna pull a hit in Japanese. That's why I don't buy Japanese, because it's too easy. I don't like stuff when it's too easy. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna get a pristine card. You're gonna pull this. You're gonna pull that. But when you buy this English version, oh yeah, it's gonna make you cry. It's gonna make your pockets hurt. But I don't like stuff when it's too easy. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just me. You know what I mean? But you do what you want.
But what happens? What happens if the English market decides they don't give a shit about Pokemon anymore? Japan is always going to care about Pokemon. You don't see English opening up a Pokemon a theme park. You don't see English, putting Pokemon on their buildings and displays and stuff like that.
Because you know why? Because they don't have to. Because of if you look at the data in the market, but they do it. That's what I'm saying. You can go over there. That's why America is like, hey, we got amusement parks. We got 6. We don't need to do that. If we're gonna do it, let's throw it in. You see what they did with Universal Studios? Everybody, let's build a whole Harry Potter theme park. Nah, we ain't doing that. Put that shit over there in Universal Studios. Nah, we ain't doing that. You make Mario Land. Put that over in. We're smart. We're not gonna do all of that because we got all the different stuff. But if they wanted to, somebody eventually will. If you got the capital. But that's the whole point. If I'm making money, if I'm making the same amount of money as Japan is without the amusement park, I don't need the amusement park. They're making the money. And then that would never happen. As far as what you said, will English go under down? Because then that means Nintendo's gonna die, and Nintendo will never die.
No, Nintendo is more than just Pokemon.
And that's all. But in order for that to happen, Nintendo's gonna lose a base mark, and Nintendo's not gonna lose a base mark on that. They're not gonna let their investment, especially something like Pokemon. Pokemon's competing with gold and silver. Like,
no, it's not. No, it's not.
Like with
that's a fairy tale that people are posting on YouTube. You cannot, if you, and I mean this in the most respectful way possible.
Mm-hmm.
If you honestly think that if the world was to go to shit, that people are going to take your Pokemon cards, your sealed Pokemon investments over gold and silver.
But you know what?
The only thing you can do with your Pokemon cards, if the world goes to shit and you don't have any gold and silver, guess what? You can sit in the dark with your family and have a really good experience. And then after that, you can delete yourself in Minecraft.
And listen,
so when people compare that is the most asinine, dumb thing I've ever heard in my lifetime. And I'm pretty fucking
whether it be asinine or not. And see, I like when people say that, because whenever it's like you rub the feathers, like, oh, why would they say that? It's not competing with gold. I'm not saying
right now it's competing with gold and silver.
Okay, you see what I'm saying?
But it's not comparable to gold and silver at all.
But this the thing though. This is where people move the goalposts. When you say stuff like that, they say, well, when there's only one person on the planet and it's a buffalo to eat, and who's going to choose Pokemon cards or food? No, we're not talking about that. Of course you're gonna survive. I'm gonna burn the cards to keep a fire. You like, you know what I'm saying?
Gold and silver is completely different.
That's what I'm saying. That would never happen unless you come. That's some out of the. if we talking in general, like of what's going on in the world now, Pokemon is competing with, is in there, the oil, the silver, the stocks and bonds. To me, this is better than stocks and bonds because I actually get to see my product. I actually get to hold it. I actually have a choice with my product. If I put my stuff in stocks and bonds, I just got, oh well, I can go to sleep. Same
I
thing with
understand.
Pokemon.
It's a tangible asset. I understand that. It's something you can hold and possess. That's
Yeah,
fun
and I
and
can
all.
sell it at any given time I want, just like stocks. But if I get it
It's
for,
debatable.
hold on, where is that? Okay, right here. I got this booster bundle, right? This is going for what, $90 right now?
I don't know, 100. Who knows?
Okay,
120.
for me,
I don't know.
let's say you say, right? Hey, I need gas money. I'm hurting, right?
Uh-huh.
Hey, first person that got $65. I paid, well, this one I paid $25 because if you go to Best Buy, you get them for $27 or $35. Either way, you see how I just made my profit? I'm not going for the highest bid. Let me just get some money. That's what people is doing right now. Not everybody, but a lot of people. If I'm getting, if I can make my $35 back plus another 35, I won. You won. I got my money back.
Yeah, but what if you're in it at $100 and you need and you I mean, regardless, like if you need gas money or not, what if you're in it for $100 and they give you 40-50% of market value, and so you only get $50 and you're actually negative $50?
What if I got, okay, if I got it for 100, then I'm not gonna go for 50. I'll take 65.
But what if that's your only choice?
Okay, all right, okay, I'll take that. Guess what I'll do? I'll take that 50. I'm not gonna cry because you took the job was dangerous when you took it. I'm gonna sell it for 50, and guess what I'm gonna go do? I'm gonna sit my ass down. I'm gonna go through my bulk, and I'm gonna go sell some cars that make the other $50 back that I took that loss. And see, that's what I'm saying.
But what if you're also in for the cards as well, and they're half the value or a third the value? Not, and what I mean a third of value.
I can still make that money
back. What if you're
back?
in $1,000 into cards and you only get 30% of the value of the cards?
Well, then if that's the case, if you pull on that, your bulk collection is double. Because if you open, so I'm gonna sell each 1,000 cards is like $10, and it depends on if it's reverse hollow. See, a lot of people don't know that game either. You can sell your reverse hollows.
What if they're not taking bulk?
Just any where.
No, what if they're not? What if they're not taking bulk?
What are they not taking bulk?
Yeah. What if they have so much bulk they just don't take it and they can't move the bulk because no one's buying it?
Well, that's just one particular spot. You got to keep going.
What if no place is taking it?
So you saying everywhere is not taking no bulk?
I mean, online, but you have to pack it, you have to ship it, they have to receive it, they have to inspect it, they have to make sure that's all good to go.
But guess
and then
what?
they'll give you your money. So that can take weeks.
But see, I'm not just talking about online. See,
no, I'm talking about in stores. Well, like, what if the in stores are not taking it because nobody's taking bulk because they can't move any bulk? Nobody cares about. Very few people care about the Pokemon.
And I got a better one for you. Guess what I'm gonna do too? I'm gonna get a table set up in my yard. Pokemon cards for $1. I sell it anywhere.
What if like
you're gonna make
Billy
money.
Bob? Well, yeah, you'll make money, but you may be sitting out there for 3 days before somebody comes up and buys your cards.
But that's my whole point. I'm gonna make the money, regardless if I got to sit out there for 3 days. I'm not taking no L's. That's the point I'm talking about. You can keep making money regardless. I got my 50 back, right? I took an L. I bought it for.
So you're negative.
Well, yeah, I'm negative 50, right? But like you said, I took certain cards. Okay, the bulk they turned me down. I know I got EXs. I got people that buy cards. You can find people. It's not everybody. Somebody always gonna want something. That's the inevitable. So whether I got 5 Snorlaxes and they're going for, let's say, $6, I'll sell my Snorlaxes for $3 just to get them out of there. Then somebody may want some Hypno-Chans or something. $1, 50 cents. I'm getting rid of them. Kids on the streets, they always want cards because they can't never get into the stores, get them. But as long as I'm giving them stuff, a free whatever, you're gonna make your money. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you're smart enough to do those due diligence, to do that, a lot of people's not gonna do that because they're lazy and not motivated when it comes to the money making part of that. But if you do these necessary steps, you're gonna make your money. And that's why I say people like moving the goalposts. What if this? What if I don't got time for the what if? My time is making that money, because whether I, like I said, I'm either gonna make money selling the cards, selling the boat, selling the facile, or if I can't make no money off Pokemon, guess what I'm gonna do? Go to One Piece. I'm gonna sell some of my One Piece. I'm gonna sell some Dragon Ball Z. Like you said, people is in the TCG. They're not just solely into Pokemon, and it's just Pokemon. Nah, they in the One Piece. They in the Lucario. So that's what I'm saying. No matter what you say, I'm gonna make some money. I get to hold on my cards, and One Piece is up, and I'm gonna make money because guess what? The $10 cards in One Piece is going for like $100 PSA 10s and 9s, and those is guaranteed 9s and 10s because the condition of the cards that come in. So even if you don't even hit nothing in One Piece, if you just get straight $10 cards, $15 card, that's why people is in One Piece heavy, because of what people is not paying to Pokemon, because there's levels in One Piece. You don't gotta just hit off of mangas, SPs, alt arts. If you got $5 cards, $10 cards, $3 cards, you're gonna make your money. So now with Pokemon is in reverse. Everybody's so caught up on either the SIR, the gold, or the $70 to $100 cards. They forget about the 50s, the 30s, the 20s, the 10s until it's time to go out of rotation. And like I just showed you, everybody wants these promo cards now because they wasn't thinking about this. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to other sets, you can make your money just off of stuff like that. You know what I mean? Or you sell your shoes, or hey, guess what? I'm about to just go cut some grass. Like, I'm just gonna make some money somewhere else. I get to hold on my stuff and just go get some money. That's what I'm a hustler at heart. So I'm gonna make some money.
Yeah. A son of Jesus. I mean, yeah, no, I mean, here's the thing. No matter how you cut it, there's really like technically like three options. The first option is that this just continues to go forever and ever and ever, which would be the first time in the history of the world that a market continues to go up forever and ever. The other option is it just goes flat and stays flat for a long period of time. And then the third option is that things crash and I say crash and burn, but they crash and people get bent over and fucked. So, you know, it's all a gamble. I mean, Pokemon is literally Pokemon in its core is a gamble. You are opening up packs and hoping to be able to pull either a card that you want or the most expensive card in the set. So, yeah, I mean, you can cut it any different way that you want to, but I tend to lead on. I tend to lead on the side of rational thinking as far as in the history of Pokemon. And if you look at the history of Pokemon, if they wanted shit to continue to go up forever and to be expensive the way it is in the current market, I think they would have done it probably years ago, but they still have not done that. So I think that's kind of what you were trying to say. Well, the guy that big in short movies, if you've ever seen it, had a heart attack in real life under stress, bleeding his entire portfolio for what you knew was a.
Oh, I want to ask you, get your opinion on this too. Hey, bro, what you think about the 30th year celebration, the stuff that's coming out? You see what's coming out? Like, we don't know what's coming out, but did you see the prices? The UPC supposed to be $200 and okay, stuff like that. Like, I know you've been real heavy talking about it. This could be ass, and I agree with you. It could be. We don't know what it's gonna be. I didn't like 25 celebration. I don't think it was all of that. You know what I'm saying? So I agree with you on that. I think they got a lot of making up to do from the 25 year because that wasn't it. It's like,
but they don't have to because even Generations sucked. Like, what are we talking about?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, to me, that's what I'm saying. They got a lot of making up to do from that one.
No, Celebrations was 25th. Generations was 20th. Both anniversary sets that they've done have been terrible.
That's what I'm saying.
So why are we talking about ponchos and stuff like that when they've never shown? Now, yes, anything is possible. I fully understand that. I could literally walk out right now with it being nighttime or early in the morning. I could walk out with no rain in the sky and get struck by lightning. Like, yes, that is a possibility, right? But again, we're talking about history, and history always repeats itself. And with that being said, both of these sets are not good. They are not strong. So why are we thinking that the 30th is all of a sudden going to be the most incredible set of all mankind history?
Okay, now boom. Now right there, right? Now let's say it is be ass, right? So do you
I hope it's
think
not ass. I want this
yeah,
bull run to
me too.
continue forever.
I think it's gonna surprise a lot of people. I think they actually did it on purpose to make those two bad to get ready for the 30th. But
They're
I
not
could be
that
wrong.
smart.
Hey, I could be wrong. And I also want to talk about Win the Waves. I think Win the Waves is gonna be pretty good.
Let
too.
me ask you this question real quick before
No, go ahead, bro.
what do you think is more important? 25 years, quarter century, or 30 years? From a company standpoint.
Oh, from a company standpoint. I think 30.
You think 30 years is a bigger milestone than a quarter century?
Then the 20. Yeah. Yeah, it's I mean the longevity. I mean,
See, I think most companies normally a quarter century, every quarter is a bigger milestone. You got 25, 50, 75, and 100.
yeah, if you're looking at because they always do 25.
Then you have for a
50,
30, you have
yeah.
30, 60, 90. It doesn't make any sense. Quarter centuries typically make more sense because then you get to celebrate the 100 years. So I would feel like a quarter century, a 25-year celebration set would be a lot stronger than a 30th.
Okay, and I can see what you're saying on that. And this is why I always say this is why we love Pokemon, because Pokemon be on some weird shit. They just do what they want to do.
They still show you what they're going to do most of the time.
Right.
History,
they already got the sets names lined up for Win the Way, all of that. So they know what they, that's what I said. They do stuff on purpose. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, as far as business wise, yeah, it could be the 25, yeah, because the 25 and the 50, 75 and the 100, yeah.
Uh-huh.
But I think they want to, because like I said, this is a new way. They seeing that there's new people or wherever they want to do it. I think they kind of going with, hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I think it's every year, the 35-year anniversary, the 40th year. I think they probably about to just milk it, probably. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? That's what it seems like. 20th year, 25 years, 30 years. Like, they just trying to milk it right now. Because it's not what it used to be. Like you said, TV shows, all this stuff is not what it used to be like. You know what I'm saying? So now it's just like everybody got the microwave model. You know what I'm saying? It's just good for 2 to 3 minutes and on to the next. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, everybody talking about the Rayquaza set that's coming out. We don't even know what that's looking like. Or even the Pitch Black. We see the ETB and everybody is crying over the ETB. It's just dark and Saluge, and you know what I mean? It could be this, it could be that. They said the same thing about Ascended Heroes. Remember, the Dragonite is horrible. Why is it wings on his head? The ETB is for my daughter. Remember that? They said all of that. I would never buy a kitty ETB. It's too color. And look at, oh my goodness, I can't get no Ascended Heroes. It's like, you just was saying how Dragonite, the wings on his head didn't make no sense. And now it's like, I got to have a Dragonite. Okay, that's why I say people change their mind like overnight. They go from I don't want this to you know what? I see what Broke is saying. I see what Darius is saying. You know what? And then you sit back and think about it, like everything that what you're saying. When tomorrow I think about it, I'm like, you know what? I'm looking at from Broke point of view, like, okay, I'm gonna go back and look at certain cards and be like, because I always like to put myself in other people's shoes and learn. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To see what they're thinking, because that's how you supposed to. Because it's easy for me. I know what I like and what I want. But let me see what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? Let me get an understanding. Let's get a dialogue. You know what I'm saying? Let's get a debate going. So now it's like we got a better understanding from each other. For it's like, okay, I see why you like this. I see why you like that. And we could agree to disagree. You know what I'm saying? And it's all good sport and fun. But these conversations, you know what I'm saying, need to be happening. You know what I'm saying? I want to thank you for having me on your platform, because there's not a lot of these type of conversations. And that was my whole point about I wanted to do this debate with you or this dialogue with you. I hope we can do more stuff like this. You know what I'm saying? Because I think it's good for the hobby, it's good for the community, because it's always like you said, it's the bull market run. Everybody's this, and you should do that, and you should do that, and it's like, yo, let's actually sit down and let's talk about it. Like, what do you really like? Like, do you really like the cards, or why you think about this? Or because then, guess what you just did, bro? You just helped me on the investment side. Now I'd be like, I wasn't really thinking about Fusion Strike. I wasn't really thinking about, okay, what he said makes sense. Let me try to take a little bit of this money and let me, you know what I'm saying? So it's like,
I want to make it very clear. I don't know what I'm talking about. I also am fake. I hate Pokemon. The sight of Pokemon cards makes me nauseous, and I don't own a single ounce of Pokemon. So I want to make that very clear to you.
Don't believe,
I literally have been looking at ChatGPT, and that's it.
Listen,
so
man, I can't wait till you show your collection, because they're gonna be woo-wee, bro. Listen, y'all can believe that if y'all want. Y'all can listen. His name ain't broke. That's just for the channel. Don't let them fool you now.
yeah, I have bots. So
yeah, I know you guys. Listen, when you said that story, when the babies opened up the bed, I said, "Oh yeah, he got some stuff over there." Like, you know what I mean? Like, and salute to you for not flipping out.
Serious.
Most parents would have made videos flipping out, and I'm glad that you said, "Yeah, it's got to take a L on that one," you know, like Peter Griffin, time to go hit the old dusty trail. You know what I'm saying? Like, but at the same time, I thought that was a dope video, because that's what is there. Like, that's a memory you're going to always remember. You know what I'm saying? That's dope. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm fortunate. I don't have kids yet. So that's another reason why I'm coming from my perspective too, because people who don't have responsibilities like you have responsibility, wife and kids, is different. You know what I'm saying? You can put a lot more into, you know what I'm saying, to where I don't have to, you know, cheerleader stuff and football cleat. Like, I don't have to do that yet. You know what I'm saying? But that's why I'm setting myself up to do that, this Pokemon stuff, just in case the kids don't want to go to college or trade school. This Prismatic can at least help pay for something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, it will. I mean, I know I shit on Prismatic, but I mean, if you have kids, by the time they're ready to go to college, like, yeah, it'll be. I mean, we don't know what the potential of ETBs, or you know, like I guess you could say what you said. Ancient Origins was like 4,000 in ETB.
Yeah.
You know, regardless of how much Prismatic has been printed or not printed, it's irrelevant. But yeah, I mean, it'll still be valuable at some point later on down the line. It's just you have to. You gotta hold it for long enough to do that. And again, I think a lot of people just say they're gonna hold and they've never held. And you know, if in some weird chance that the market never calms down, sure. Like, but also you have to understand. I know people that are currently not buying a single piece of product. They're not buying ETBs, booster boxes, PC ETBs, booster bundles. They're not buying anything, and their collector is growing around $6,000 a month.
Nice.
If this, and no, that's not them. I mean, that's not me. Like, I'm saying they're not adding anything, and consistently their collector has been growing for $6,000 every single month.
Right.
What people don't understand is if this continues to happen this way, people are going to get very rich very quick, and it's going to be a lot of people, and they are going to sell out of the market, and it is going to leave all the other people, the people that just got in, the people that, you know, have played the dangerous games that they've been playing recently. It's going to hurt the market, and people, it's going to take a long time for that to recover. So there's just no one's taking into account the risk.
You just said something that my grandfather used to say to me all the time. He used to be like, "Yo, grandson, in order for you to win, you got to lose first, so you can understand. So when you do win, you're able to hold on to it. It's like with money. When you never had money before, you just spending. But if you never had it, and you learn the responsibilities of what it's like to have not, and to actually function a dollar, you know what I'm saying? You actually appreciate And what I just caught my moment is like, you know what? A lot of y'all are right with this. The bubble, people that's winning, they never lost. So you're absolutely right when it comes to this standpoint. When people say about the crash, they never experienced the crash. Everybody who's sitting right here, you're absolutely right. They never took an L. As of right now, everybody's winning and winning. They never took a loss yet to know what it come back to the win. And for guys like yourself, Pokey Rev, TRJ, who and so forth, Nomics and everybody, right? Everybody who says they've been here when it wasn't cool to be here, when people lost money, the Danny Fed, everybody, right? So the fact that y'all took y'all L's and stuff like that, I understand it from that standpoint of a lot of people is yet to take this L. So it's like, and how can I say this? I don't think when a lot of guys that's coming from, or ladies from that time period of when it took a L are hoping, I'm actually looking at it like for you, it's a lookout. Like on some big brother, little brother type of thing coming in. So I'm like, hey, y'all, you know this can happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like you warn it. Hey, you know that stove is hot, right? Well, I'm gonna touch it. No, listen, the stove is hot. Touch it, you're gonna get burned. So for y'all, it's like, hey, y'all didn't been here. This and this and this happened. Y'all can say whatever you want about the new stuff, the borders, the P. We don't care about this. This is gonna happen. Which what I'm taking it from, not even disrespect, because I don't look at it like that. I look at it as a lookout, like, hey, at some point, this is gonna do a crash. What you gonna do with it after that? So by you, yourself, and other people saying that this is gonna happen, I don't even look at that as a negative thing. I actually appreciate you saying this, because guess what can happen, bro? You not saying it, and other people not saying it. They just be like, y'all, yeah, you got it. Yeah, y'all about to get $1,000. Y'all ain't nothing about to crash, nothing, right? And then all of a sudden, hey, I'll buy for 80%. Yeah, give me that. You know what I'm saying? Like what they did in previous years, where a lot of people was, hey, I can't afford this right now. My credit card, my car payment, child support, and this suspended license, and real stuff, because they was buying it and you didn't know about this. So that's why I say, as of right now, I actually look at that as an appreciation, because to a lot of the guys, like you said, why is they buying the Sylveon and why is they doing this? It's because of what y'all telling us. They said, hey, you better get this shit while it's good now. I'm not saying that it's the right things to buy, buy this journey together, whatever, you know what I'm saying? But
yeah,
it is a helpful thought, you know what I'm saying? Of saying, like, get it while you can good, but do understand this. You're gonna take some losses. But when these losses is come, how's you gonna bounce back?
yeah. I could help myself on that one.
Yeah, I ain't mad at you.
All right, I appreciate you telling me that Sword and Shield is better, though. I'm glad I got to prove my point.
Nah, you didn't prove your point, man. Scarlet Violet, bro. I proved my point. You proved my point. A lot of them.
Nah,
you kept saying, why are they buying this? And I'm like, the facts is proving it. Whether you like it or not about what the sets is, the data proves itself. So as much as you brought up that, it's like
it's inflated data.
Now it's inflated data. You see how they moving the goalposts.
It is inflated data. It's all right.
Man, you had 2 Sylveons. It was like a handicap match. You had 2 Sylveons versus 1, and the 1 still came out and whooped those 2. Because the people
what are you talking about? I wish I had more people. I wish we had more people in here.
Oh yeah, we got to bring more people into it.
Well, I don't know what happened, because it says there's 10 people. Celestial's still in here. He said both eras are good. Boom. But I wish I could do a poll. Nobody even did the poll for Fusion Strike and Destined Rivals, but Nah, bro,
Maybe because it's probably a little bit later. We gotta do a little bit earlier.
you smoking that good stuff if you think that the Sylveon from Prismatic Evolutions beats both Sylveons
I mean,
from Evolving Skies.
you said why is they picking that one more than they picking to buy that one?
All right, let me ask you this question.
Go ahead.
Is the artwork any different between Sword and Shield and Scarlet and Violet or Mega? From the top chase cards, SIRs, alternate arts.
Ooh.
If I showed you a card,
okay,
would you be able to tell me what era it came from if you didn't know?
I'll give you 50-50 on that one.
50-50.
I mean, you gotta. I could tell you I wouldn't know where. If I see that yellow border, I'll be like, it's either from Sword and Shield or.
You wouldn't see the yellow border because it would be an alt art.
Oh, you're saying alt art? Okay, so that's different.
Okay, give me a second. Let me think about this. I'm trying to think
because it is a lot of like. It's only a few set. Like, I mean, it's a lot.
No, I know. That's what I'm trying. I'm trying to think of what I could. I'm trying to think of what I could throw in without giving away the era to try to trick you, because that's the difficult part.
See, I like a lot of cheaper cards. I think a lot of the full arts and stuff is like that is badass too. You know what I'm saying? Did a lot of like whether it don't matter what era it is. It's just sometimes it be like that. You got some full art, some V Maxes that look better than the actual chase card. You know what I'm saying? Like if you go to Crown Zenith, right? Well, at the time, I had the second chase card. It's number 1 now, the Mewtwo versus Charizard. But everybody was so caught up on the Giratina. Me, I was always saying this Mewtwo and Charizard is gonna surpass this. Y'all just saying that about Giratina. Is the Giratina? I'm like, no, it's little gold. But trust me, you got 2 of the iconic Pokemon in history on the same card. Miss me with that. It's gonna pass it. No, it won't. Where is that now? Number 1 spot. I don't care if it's about a couple of dollars or not. It's past it. You're never gonna beat a Mewtwo and a Charizard. You're never gonna beat the original.
Yeah, give me a second. Give me a second. I know at least one card I'm gonna throw in there.
Unless it's an Umbreon.
Yeah, I know. If I do that,
it's like the new Charizard, Umbreon, Lucario, and Greninja, man, and Rayquaza.
If I do that, it's over. Yeah, give me a second. I'm trying to figure out this.
Man, y'all put it in the chat.
No, there's like Ghost Watchers and shit. I mean, Celestial's in here. I don't even know who else is in here, but yeah, dude, like it's.
Well, we appreciate the Ghost Watchers. We know. Listen, hey man, I'm trying to get like you, bro, man.
I don't appreciate the Ghost Watchers. It pisses me off, to be honest with you.
Listen, man, you got them guys looking at your channel, man. I'm trying to get there as well. You got TRJ popping in and out.
TRJ comes in because he just likes to start up drama and bullshit.
Hey, to be honest with you, broski, I think a lot of guys watches Secret.
Oh yeah, dude. I got tons. I mean, not tons is crazy. That's just dumb. I don't even know why I said that.
And but that's I'm trying to break down that narrative. Like, and I get it. Like, I only got 1,300. Like, I know I ain't the big wig and stuff like that, but I'm trying to get there. At one point, everybody was at where we was at. You know what I'm saying? And there's levels to this, but that's why I'm trying to make this content and do, get to it, put that work in. You know what I'm saying? Like, I leave the drama to them. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I'm always with it. But I'll stay in tune what's going on. But I'm really trying to just like how we doing stuff like this instead of we ain't got to do the petty stuff. I mean, I'm with the petty stuff, but I'd rather.
Just kidding. I don't.
But nah, I think a lot of guys.
Roxy, message me on Discord. You can just send it in the general chat. Give me a card from. Give me an SIR from Scarlet and Violet that's kind of like I don't know. Just give me an SIR that's not blatantly obvious to try to do this. I'm trying to look them up, but I don't know what, that's the problem. I'm trying to look for like something obscure that I could pass. That's the problem I'm
Thing
dealing
too,
with right now.
it's hard with that because everybody know the ones, and
I know that's the problem.
And that be the problem because that's why I said that's what made Sword and Shield and everything it coheses with it because it's like didn't nobody know back then, and now everybody know.
Right. Well, there's just a ton of cards, and now it's
exactly like you said that didn't make sense. The Misty Psyduck and Destined Rivals, but everybody wants this. You see what I'm saying? Like, but they want the card. But Psyduck is a household favorite because it's Psyduck. It's Psyduck and it's Misty.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely understand. Like, like if you know anything about Pokemon, it's kind of hard to pick a specific. Like, the eras are all they're different. Like, there's different Pokemon in the eras. That's why I'm trying to think of a card that could go with both eras. That maybe you would not be super familiar with to try to, because I firmly believe if you put the artwork side by side, you cannot tell a difference. Like,
no, it is like also for real. Other than certain little go cards, you really can't. On a lot of them.
And that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm currently trying to stump you on.
I mean, being completely honest. Listen, you probably gonna get me on them because I don't remember every card in Sword and Shield. Like,
well, the problem is that you probably know most of them. To be honest with you,
I mean, if you ain't gonna, but that's the thing though. That you proving my point. You only gonna come from those certain types of set unless you gonna get it from Battle Styles and Shining Fates. But those but you can't because what's the second chase card is what? $15 is ass. A lot of the bad sets of Sword and Shield, nobody cares about because the second card is no money in.
Oh, I don't think that's completely true. I think it is. I think it's because you even have cards. You have cards in Scarlet and Violet that aren't super valuable either. So I don't feel like that's a fair comparison. Like, everything in Scarlet and Violet is.
Oh, no, I'm not saying everything in Scarlet and Violet is peachy keen. No. What I'm saying is more of what you just said. The most obvious cards. I know what it is in Fusion Strike. The Gengars, Brilliant Stars, the Chars are like, you know what I'm saying? So the Crown Zenith, we know, right? So in order for you to get that, you would have to dig in Battle Styles, Shining Fates, because like you just said, the top sets in Crown Zenith, unless you going down to what I just told you, right? What nobody pays attention of, what? The $30 and the $50 cards, but those is not SIRs. So you're gonna have to go with Scarlet Violet. I mean, not Scarlet Violet. Sword and Shield base set SIRs or Battle Styles or Shining Fates. You only got so much to choose from. That's not the main sets. Because if I go Scarlet Violet base,
Roxy, I need like a Pokemon. I'm trying to go like Pokemon for Pokemon. I understand what you're saying, but that's let me try to find a Pokemon one. That's the fucking problem.
Or do you want to use bad set for bad set?
No.
Shrouded Fables and or let's do Scarlet Violet base set and Sword and Shield base set. But then everybody gonna go with what you think that would be like. Well, now the money is up on base set Scarlet Violet. Like the Gardevoir is up,
Tyranitar. Okay. I think I've got one. Hold on.
Oh, that's bad.
I think I got one. I appreciate your help though, Roxy.
Yeah, salute to you, Roxy.
All right. You ready? I'm going to show you these two cards. Let me see if I can do them side by side. Let me see if I can do that. Okay.
Oh shit.
All right. Let me see. Let me see if I can even get you. Let me see if I can even get you on this one. All right, you ready? I'm gonna show
Yeah,
you.
I'm ready.
All right.
You probably about this. Whoa. Got the Mewtwo in the incubator or test tube Mewtwo. Gold spot. Oh,
Which one's Sword and Shield or which one's Scarlet and Violet?
okay. Give me a second.
Wonder if I can get a clock
I
time on here.
think the GX. I could be wrong. I want to. Damn. Um, this Mewtwo, I think, is Sword and Shield. The only thing I can say is not if it's in 151 that UPC, but that's that Metal Mewtwo or whatever that thing is. I can't remember that one because there is no other Mewtwo card than that. So I would say this is the Mewtwo of Sword and Shield. This go how you pronounce this one? Goyle spot. How you pronounce his name?
Galissapod.
Galissapod. Um, I don't know where Galissapod is from. I want to say either Paradox or Rift. It looked like that, but I don't remember this card offhand. I'm gonna say for sure the Mewtwo is Sword and Shield. And I want to say this Goyle spot probably Scarlet and Violet. But the only way I can say this Mewtwo is from Scarlet and Violet. All I can think of is 151 at UPC because there is no other Mewtwo other than Destined Rivals. And yeah, that's my final. I'll say Sword and Shield Mewtwo, Goyle spot. I'll say I don't remember this card. I'll say Scarlet and Violet. I could be wrong. I think they both Sword and Shield. Am I wrong?
You're wrong, but
Okay.
there is no Sword and Shield in this.
There is none. Okay.
No, I was just fucking with you.
Okay. So all right.
That's from Shining Legends, the Mewtwo.
Okay. Because I was like, there is no other.
But the Galissapod is from Scarlet and Violet.
Okay. Is it from like Paradox Rift or Scarlet and Violet base? Is it one of the Lord? Like I can't remember what set it from.
No, I think it's Temporal.
Temporal. Okay.
Paradox. Yeah.
That was my next thought. Either Temporal. I was thinking more like either Paradox or Scarlet Violet base.
Yeah. No, I was just fucking with you. But I mean, I'll pull up.
Oh no, you all good. You had me on that one because I was like in the Mewtwo. I'm like in Scarlet and Violet. There's only like 2 Mewtwo's.
But I'm just saying, like, is the artwork really that different?
Nah. Like it's
exactly.
Other than the borders and shit.
Right.
That's it.
I'll just do this. Where's Silver Tempest?
Right there.
Silver Tempest, and then we're gonna do. There's the Unknown, which I probably should have gone with that. Let me pull up Unknown.
You see, I got that Lugia. You see that Lugia is $13. Wow. Nasty work. That card used to be at least a $25 card. But that's why Scarlet Violet stuff a little bit better.
Well, the Lugia used to be the Lugia used to be like $100.
And it dropped.
No. The Lugia alt rare.
Oh, I was talking about the second one with the rainbow on it. That's the second chase.
It's really not gonna let me like pull this up now.
I love that Unknown card. The Unknown card is fire.
Okay.
One of the best artworks in that one. I like that.
So there you go. There's Silver. There's Sword and Shield versus Scarlet and Violet. You really gonna tell me the artwork's that different? So why do we have cards that are going for $800,000, $900,000?
And okay, what I'm thinking of, what I just thought about too, I'm thinking about, like you said, with the mistakes in Sword and Shield, right? Like you were saying earlier, the pull race was just crazy, difficult.
Yeah, so they should be like double, triple the price if they're 2-3 times harder to pull. than in Scarlet and
No,
Violet.
that's what I'm saying. I agree with you on that. That's why we can't understand it. The pull rate is even more crazier, right? But check this out. That's when it's right if Pokemon didn't do what? If if Pokemon would have did the same pull rates, right? Left it like that as Scarlet and Violet, Scarlet and Violet wouldn't be, it would be like, maybe it'd probably be like the same wavelength. But I think because, like you said, so many people complain, right? Because Crown Zenith was the last set in Sword and Shield, and they made up for it, right? At the end, the end of the series, they made up for it because they was like, "Oh, I can pull this, I can pull that," right? So then Pokemon has said, okay, we should have did this in the middle of the set instead of waiting to the end," and that's what they did with Scarlet and Violet. Let's kind of make it like, I was just, matter of fact, before I got on with you, pause, I was playing Mario Party. And you know, you got to set the computer. I set the computer on normal or hard. I think Scarlet and Violet is on normal, where they still gonna do little dumb stuff on the game to where you can still kind of win, but then they're still gonna make the computer a little bit hard. So I think with Scarlet and Violet, it's more on the normal side of the pool rates and the investment side. To me, I think like Sword and Shield, it's not good to open. That's why you was telling me, why would you open up a sealed case of the lost? That don't make no sense. You lost. That's an L. If I'm not looking to make money off of it, if I just want to open just to open it, that's just me. But that's why I said Sword and Shield is only good for just the investment side of it, as far as just, hey, you buy the box, don't even look at it. Get it, put it up, and sit on it for 5 years or sit on it for 2 years. With Scarlet and Violet is both. I can buy it, sit on it for 5 years, sell it real quick. I can pull the cards too, because it's not that difficult to pull the cards. And also, when Pokemon did us a favor, we got a $5,000 Umbreon. Oh, well, no, let's go raw prices. We got a $1,500 Umbreon. We got a Surgeon Sparks Pikachu. I can look that up right now.
No, I guess here's my point, is if your top chases are 2 to 3 times harder to pull. I mean that's not fair. Let me look at something real quick. Silver.
I agree with you too. I think it should be up there. Like all those sets should be up there because it is harder to pull.
Why is this so fucking stupid? It's not that hard to answer this question. I
totally agree with you on that one. There should be more money because it's harder to pull, but the people is like, you know what? Because it is harder to pull, we don't want to mess with it.
What are these stupid pull rates? What does this mean?
And we missed out.
No, I don't. I just want to know.
Because really, the only last thing you really can, right?
So yeah. So the alt art is a 1 in 168 for like the Lugia, right?
Okay.
Yeah. Let's see.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just looking at like a general example because I didn't want to compare. Want to compare like evolving skies pull rates. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's still those. What did it say again? Alt art Pokemon V 1 in 168 packs. So the Lugia I think is going for like 500, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Let me pull it up and see. Set Silver Tempest.
I got 471.40.
That's what you got for the Lugia?
Yeah.
Okay. So why, for example, is the Lugia going for that? And then we'll do let's see. Let me see we'll go ahead and do Ascended Heroes real quick. And again, I understand that that's demand. I understand market. I understand all that. But at the end of the day, what should be a logical thing is if it's harder to pull, and it's I'm comparing a Lugia, which is a very popular Pokemon.
Yeah.
If it's harder to pull, then it should, in theory, than another card that is valuable and highly desirable, it should be more expensive because that card is harder to obtain, you know, and pull and acquire. Does that make sense? What I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's 1 in 70. So it's roughly like 2.5 times harder to pull a Lugia than it is to pull an SIR from from uh, from Ascended Heroes. And the Dragonite in Ascended Heroes is currently going for, I believe it's about $800
Yeah,
a raw
something like
card.
that. Oh, did you know? Did you
Uh,
see the first the Pikachu is a black label? Do you see somebody for ten
no,
thousand
it's like
dollars?
I'm sure it's like 50, 60, $100,000. It's retarded.
Yeah, so well,
Yeah.
right now it's like at 10,000, 10 or
Let's
11,000.
see. For a black label?
Yeah, they just did it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
So it's
they just
the
literally did it. I think this past week or something like that.
gotcha.
I
Yeah,
mean, it's about to go up, but that's just
so
where they got at right now. I think.
the Dragonite, which is what I guess we'll look. It's probably like the third. It's the third most expensive card in the set, so
Mm-hmm.
third most desirable, and it's double the price of a Lugia.
Yeah,
It just doesn't make sense at the end of the day. It doesn't make sense. I think people are retarded. I understand the way the market works.
and you know what? Who's to blame then? You gotta because it ain't Pokemon. It's the first people that get the card first and send them in.
No, that's not a PSA 10 though.
No. I'm just saying. Well, okay, let's not. Okay, let me rephrase that. Let's say not PSA, because this is a question too on that. Like how? So how do we get them numbers like that? Because that is crazy. Because even before, not if you look at it now, even before the sets come out, bro, they already got the numbers. Like when Prismatic came, before Prismatic, I hate what it did to Surge of Sparks. The day of Surge of Sparks, they said, "Hey, we got a set coming out called Prismatic." You know what I'm saying? And people went crazy. And I believe, to me, excuse me, like that it fucked up the game in a way too, because it's like the numbers. Because remember, you used to have to wait for the set to come out. Now, before these sets coming out, the number wise is already up. Or you can probably blame a little bit of the Japanese sets because they come out first. And
no, they definitely put numbers like you can pre-buy and stuff like that. So I get what you're saying, and people are paying for it. So it's just the way the current market is. That's my whole. At the end of the day, that's my whole argument. Because something's not making sense. Either Sword and Shield is extremely undervalued, or Scarlet and Violet / Mega is extremely overvalued.
Or that's why I said if you really break down each set by set, how you just broke down those sets,
Mm-hmm.
and Ascended is not even in Scarlet Violet, it's Mega Evolution, so it's going in its own sets. But like people like to extend that with that, but like you said, that's why I said what Pokemon is doing is they figured out the Da Vinci Code from Sword and Shield. They said, you know what? Let's do this, and put it with that. And now, and the people is gonna go do this, that, and the third. So by them, it's the hype. We make it better. Not me and you so far, but the YouTubers. You know what I'm saying? We talking about it constantly. As I say, it's the same thing like with the sneakers. We hype it up. The people hype this up. Pokemon don't put the price on it. They just put the price on their packs and their products. Once it leaves out their factory, it's on us. So, like you said, it is the people that's putting these prices on it. Like you could say it's undervalued, but I don't think Sword and Shield is not undervalued. It's past. I can't get it. That's why I said the typical person, the everyday 9-to-5er, the everyday hustler, the regular, not saying who got the money or not, they're gonna invest in now because of what I can get from it now. I'm gonna get more. I'm gonna get more profit and more investment now, and possibly on the long run because I can get into it. Like you said, it seemed like everybody's coming in. If you notice this, right? This is about to be the trend every January. Because every January, ever since Prismatic, here come another set. Now, would this next January be another specialty set like Ascended Heroes? I think so, because Pokemon, they smart now. They're seeing this January thing. We constantly get new waves of people every January. As soon as the ball drop, pause. We got these people coming in. You know what I'm saying? I think that's about to be a trend too. The January set. The January set determines everything. That's what is coming to that. And from
Well,
then on, we're gonna put out these bad sets, the so-called bad sets. Look at it. Perfect Order, Chaos Rising, Pitch Black, right? Those are the summer sets. And people going, I don't want this. It's a Greninja or a Buzz. It's Zygar. Who's a Zygar fan? Darker Rise. They talk stuff. Like I said, I'm in these lines and they talk so much shit, bro. But the moment they get it in their hand, oh hey, yeah, that's out the door. You know what I'm saying? Or
yeah,
the Syndicate get bought up or something like that. Like I just seen this morning on Saturday, because they moved the Myers. I don't know if they did Jaw Myers like that, but all the Myers over here is moved to Saturday now because of the chaos.
good.
Like
I hope the scalpers are able to get it.
Man, bro, they just made our car lady quit the other day. She said fucking and left, bro. Because listen, they moved. It was 30 people in the customer service, right? 30 people. It was 60 people there, bro. She normally come at 6 o'clock, 5 o'clock. We literally got people that do like a job shift. They switch shifts, bro. They'll sit there from 1 to 4. Yo, I'm gonna go home and shower and eat. You sit here, and it got that bad. So that's like people is going. It don't even matter. And I'm like, for Perfect Order 2, they like, yeah, D, I'm getting all of it. I don't even care if I make $1 off of it. This is what y'all on. I'm making it. And people is buying it. Literally, they going to get the stuff right out of the Costco's, right out of the Sam's Club, right out of the Target. And I'm not buying, and I hate the way people don't really understand the word MSRP is market price suggestion. I went to school for econ economics. That it means just because it says it's $50, it's not gonna be that. I'm suggesting it to you that it could be 50, but it's gonna be 60 because I have to pay a thing called taxes. It's a thing called the IRS, and it's the other lady called Rita. Rita is worse than the IRS. She will come and get you. So when people be like, I can't get it from MSRP, like, do you even know what that word really means? Because it's with that S word, suggested price. And a lot of people, they confuse that and they get mad when it's like, well, Best Buy is this because Best Buy is making a number. Like dude said, what's the guy that was in your chat? He said he gets distro and he sell it at MSRP, so you can do it. He absolutely right. But you got people like, you got places like GameStop and everybody else that's like, you know what? If I'm GameStop, I'm gonna sell a booster box for 300 too. You know why? Because you're gonna buy it. Until you say you're not messing with me, then it's not. Am I saying this right? No. But they're getting a booster box for what? $100. They're getting a case. Let's say they're getting the case for like $200. You know what I'm saying? Or 300, whatever they're getting their cases for.
Yeah.
If I'm saying that's right to do, no. Is that my product? No, that's their stuff. You can't tell somebody to do what their own business. All you can do is not purchase from them. But they're gonna make their money. You know what I'm saying?
Just market's like cooked. We got this Greninja going for 525 and then Twilight going for 350. So
see,
it's GG's. It's GG's. But anyways, I hate to cut it. I appreciate you coming on, Darius. It's almost 4 o'clock my time. And my kids are going to be up in like 2 hours. So I'm going to try to get a nap in while I can. But yeah. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I'll definitely have you back on. Thanks for coming by. We'll have a debate about something. It was fun. So
I enjoyed myself. I appreciate you for having me on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No problem. No problem. So yeah, Destined Rivals sucks ass. And Scarlet and Violet is severely overinflated. But anyways, guys, this is 6 people. Blood Roxy, maybe Celestial, who knows? The Ghost Watchers.
The Ghost Watchers.
Hope you all have a great night, great day. We'll see you guys later.
Deuces.